Welcome everyone to Legends and Lore. It is our unique cooperative campaign series where each of us will get to play or have gotten to play, as well as taken the turn in the dreaded hot seat as a GM, or where we have created legends, we have woven lore into this epic conclusion for our epic tale. Joining me for the last episode at Ye Olde Table are the 5 spectacular, amazingly talented personalities in the TTRPG community that'll help bring this campaign to its epic conclusion. My name is Eric. I am the Grin Master for Creating Grin, and I will be playing Ether Frostbeard, a mountain dwarf haunted by an event in his past, who has been left behind in episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and maybe even 7. I'm going to turn it over to Rachel.
Hi, I am Rachel, otherwise known as the Organized DM. I am playing Morrigan, the creepy-ass grave cleric who is probably going to just let them die this turn. Like, honestly, they keep running away. She's over it. It's fine. She'll raise their bodies. It's okay. I'm going to pop to... Let's go with Andy.
I just want to say, like, I feel like Rachel just has a massive chip on their shoulder right now. So anyway, greetings, beautiful nerds. Andy, aka MrDanDyDM, and yeah, I am going to be playing for the last time. Maybe, who knows? This session could run for 6 hours, and we decide, hey, you know what? We need another session. Probably not, though. I'm going to be playing your lovable fairy barbarian bard adjacent named Boulder, and he's really excited to beat the shit out of some things with 24 strength. So, yeah.
Holy crap!
Exciting stuff. And I'm going to throw it over to Michael.
Okay, hi. I'm Michael. I'm a member of the Dadvantage, one half of the Dadvantage, and I'm playing Bamf. You're currently asleep in a tent, stoner, fighter, sorcerer, and he is, he's snoozing. He doesn't know what the hell just happened, but he's, when he wakes up, he's going to be really excited. So that's me. I'm going to pass to Janelle.
Hi, everybody. I'm Janelle, or Boss Jellybean all over the internet. I play Onisa, the barbarian fighter, Goliath, who got a song last episode, which was very lovely, and then was fighting an orca under the water and almost drowning.
I think you were swallowed. I
was also swallowed. Yeah.
Briefly.
No, there was a lot of, there was some, it had some blows. I had some blows. There was a lot of, fluids involved. Yeah. That's me. North, your turn.
All right, cool. I'm glad that I go right after fluids, you know.
You set yourself up for that one, buddy.
I'm glad. I am so glad. This is North of 911, the owner of Twisted Fates Productions over at Twisted Fates, and I am excited to be playing your boy, the Dragon Lord of the Skies, Beans the Terrible. And I am very excited to see this epic conclusion of this amazing finale. And I'm gonna sing for everyone. Yeah.
Good Lord.
I'm back.
With that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this final episode of Legends and Lore. So, we dive right back in, right after the epic combat of dealing with the massive orca. The ice is cracking about you. Each one of you look around as the iced crystals settle. The air is still crisp. turn the table over to you. What would you all like to do?
Well, as the DM now, I am going to institute. Everybody has a long rest. Everybody, your hit points are at full. No, I'm just kidding.
Overboard.
Is Onissa? What does Onissa look like right now? Because as was previously stated, she has been swallowed. She has been almost drowned.
For sure.
How are you looking? Really rough right now.
Probably. I think she looks like a drowned rat currently.
Okay. Boulder is going to, because I know that we're close to each other, or else, or I believe we were.
Where did
at the end of the last
I
session.
don't remember where it ended, but sure.
You were all reasonably close, except for Morgan, who was
very far away.
Oh no,
Yeah,
it was
half a continent
the
away.
two
Was
of
also
them
a
were
little
close
distant.
to each other, and then the other three of us were like, well, not three,
Yeah,
because
sure.
Vamp's gone, but
So I'm going to. Are they still in their enlarged state?
No, that probably would have worn off by now.
Okay. Boulder is just going to go over, just fly over really quickly to Onissa, and he's just going to sort of like chill out, just brush the wet hair out of her face. Just, are you okay? Are you? Oh God, you're covered in fluids. What? This is this. There's digestive juice.
It's not really good right now. I would hug you, but I don't want to make you sick. Okay. Yep.
He just his gag is like a gag reflex that he is having right now.
Yeah, she's just
fucking
laying.
assholes.
She's laying on the ground,
Morgan
looking up the
flies
sky.
Sorry,
She
we
hears
can't hear
Morgan.
you. You're too far away.
Morgan flies and lands aggressively on top of Boulder's head, digging in.
Morgan, where were you the whole battle?
You know what? I came over here to heal you. I'm not
Yeah.
going to fucking heal you. How dare you?
Morgan, you wouldn't believe it. There was this massive beast of a creature that, well, I'm thankful they almost swallowed Onissa. It was terrifying.
No, it
You should
didn't
have seen
swallow
it.
me. That part did happen.
I mean, but like
I got better.
you were in their like throat or something. That you didn't like go.
I
You didn't go all the way.
To be fair, I don't know. I don't know. And then it very violently vomited me up, and then we went under the water. It was a whole thing. What were you doing?
Me or Morgan? Oh.
I'm going. It is not worth having friends. Like what? Why? Why
I just
do
watched
I care?
Andy have a spit take. Real
Why do I care
Short
about
on
these
that.
morons? Beans! Look at
Yes,
them.
señorita.
They're
Yes.
they're so dumb. Why?
I don't know, señorita.
Where the fuck is Bamf?
I don't know. Why are you in all that liquid? He like goes over and like puts his finger on it and just
You're not going to want to do that.
Ick. That's no. It's a bit no.
tastes like
No.
orca.
I don't know it. Nope. Don't want to know what it tastes like.
How do you know that, Beans?
Oh, we have many cuisine where we are from.
You eat
Señorita.
orca?
We eat all types of fish.
This
I mean,
orca
he's not
count
wrong.
as
Not every
fish?
part of the Feywild is super civilized. Some of it, I mean, it's gross.
I mean,
I
it
mean,
did try
have
to
you
eat
had
us. I guess that
mosquito?
is
They're
fair.
like chicken.
Mosquito? Like,
Yes.
that can't be filling. You can't even
No,
see
no,
it.
Mosquito is very big.
Oh, they're
in
much.
the
They're like the
Feywild.
size of a truck,
Yes.
What?
a cart.
What's
they're
a
the
truck?
size of a cart. Not a truck.
Nissa straight up looks at Boulder and is like, "You wanted to bring me somewhere where mosquitoes are the size of trucks."
I mean,
Dude, what is that
you were
truck?
just almost the size of a house. I think you'd be fine.
You are judging
Okay,
us from our cuisine after you got in orca belly?
It wasn't. I didn't do it on purpose. This
And
is
I
not
don't
a
know
fun
why
thing I
this is
decided to
Russian
do.
now.
As the conversation begins to grow louder and louder is when Banff kind of comes up.
Actually, I think Banff is actually just standing right behind Morgan. And he's like, and you guys are like, look at, he's like, what are we talking about?
Morgan whips her head all the way around. Bamf, what the fuck? Where have you been?
Where in
I was
the
asleep.
ever-loving fuck have you been?
I was well, you know, we smoked and I was waiting for you guys. I sent you the invite. Did you get the blunts?
I still have
We
mine,
did
don't I?
get those. We did
Yeah,
get those.
I was waiting for you, and then I kind of just fell asleep, you know.
You
But
fell
like,
asleep.
then there was that weird sort of like vibration, and I kind of woke up. And then they said you guys went this way, so you know, here I am. What are we talking about?
Do you know what
There's still
vibration
like
was?
the very much dead giant corpse of a thing right next to us,
We
right?
had to kill that.
100%.
You
Yeah.
mean to tell me that you felt the vibration? And I'm just like, Boulder is like flying, but also sort of gesturing at the. Really could have used you here, my man.
I'm sorry I'm
Bro?
late. I guess I'm sorry I'm late.
Since now you are here, can you pick it up so we can have good food for today?
I don't think we want to eat that, man.
I do not
tastes
want to eat
good.
that. I don't.
I don't know why I
Are there
rushed it
still-
all of a sudden.
Remind me, there's still like visible signs because it was like yes, it was kind of an orca rask or whatever, but it was also covered in like that goo, right?
Yeah.
So it's like clearly influenced by some kind of alien like nightmare creature
Yeah.
thing.
Um,
Okay.
Speaking
Yeah,
of,
we don't want to be eating that.
of goo and like a very like sibling-esque gesture, Onisa's gonna like slowly stand up, walk over to Banff, and then rub like some of the goo on him. And it's like I'm pushing into him like, okay, now we're even.
He goes, that's fair. That's fair.
The stone.
Here,
There
have
was,
some digestive juices.
There was space rock. Hey, you're strong. Go get space rock. It fell in ocean.
You want
should
me
we-
to jump into the ocean?
You
It's
jumped
cold.
into the ocean after a giant orca trask, after it ate you, and then spit you back up, and you were like almost.
I'm
dead.
going. Onisa
How
turns
did I
around.
miss that? I missed that? How did I
Boulder-
miss that?
Boulder is going to fly with Onissa over, not picking her up or anything, unless she wants to be picked
Oh, I
up.
got my own wings.
Oh,
so I can fly next to you. We both fly.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly over and just sort of circle the area where the space rock was last seen.
Can we see anything like above the water?
I would say at this point it probably would have submerged.
It was 40
Yeah, that's
feet
fair.
down
Okay.
in the water.
Sure.
The base of the ocean there was 40 feet deep.
Okay.
But I mean, like
Still,
we're really
like,
close to like
glowing?
land, though, right? Like, yes, there's glacier, but we're so like it doesn't go like all the way down.
No.
We're still fairly close to the beach, so like
But it
40
was
feet
under-
down.
yeah.
I will dive in and try and see where it is and attempt to pick up.
So as you get close enough and you start to kind of get ready to make the dive, you can see that there is like that sheen of kind of rainbow like color that kind of rests on top of the water.
Okay.
That is very similar to some of the goo that you have, residue that you have on yourself.
Okay.
Just saying. But yeah, go ahead. If you
Put
wanna
my
dive in.
hand in the water first. What is?
As you start to go towards the water, it'll actually begin to form a bit of a pseudopod and start to lash out towards you.
Ooh, absolutely not. Odisa like gets close enough to where she sees that and then flies straight up. Like, nope, don't go near the water.
How long is a short rest? I forget.
It's like a half an
hour.
hour to 45 minutes or something like that.
So can I take a short rest?
You guys are more than welcome to take a short rest.
Okay, short rest. I'll take a short
As
rest.
you guys
Here's
kind of
the
settle
problem.
down.
I did accidentally hit the long rest button.
Okay. Well, we'll see how this plays out.
Great. Good.
So yeah,
Uh,
I feel. Wait, I feel like you were at like. I want to say, you were close to me. I think you were at like maybe 79 health.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It was bad.
No, like both of us took a beating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who here has the highest passive perception?
I have No, I don't. I have 15. Wrong number.
19.
I
20
strangely have 17, which is wild.
This is going to shock you all. 22.
Shut the fuck up. No way. I refuse to believe that.
You know what it was? It's all that smoking he's been doing.
He
I might not
things that are
communicate
there,
well, but
things that aren't there.
I just
sees
I see everything.
So Banff, as you're kind of looking around, taking inventory and everything, you kind of look off into the distance and you can see Ether, the Forgotten, as he's starting to grow closer to the group, and he's got this smile on his face as if he's happy, like his family's together, and he's really happy. And this is probably the first time you've seen this dwarf happy.
Wait, didn't
And
Ether
that's
get
when
the
it-
killing blow?
He did.
But we don't know that.
No, we don't. Actually,
Right?
I said
That's when
last
you
session,
notice
from Boulder's
as he's-
perspective, he thought he did.
Right. As he's growing closer and he has that smile, there's a brief moment where his smile fades. His facial features seize up. He gasps for air, and you literally watch this kind of black, oily stuff kind of come from underneath his collar and start to crawl up his face and start to overcome him as he drops to his knees. He convulses and falls face first onto the ground.
Morgan takes off immediately.
Well, damn.
Wait, hold on. Do we all roll for perception, or is that something we immediately see?
That is something that Banff has seen first as you guys are kind of figuring out what
That's
to
what I
do
thought.
next.
Yeah, because we're over
guys,
flying above the water.
Did you guys smoke that blunt? Because Ether looks like he doesn't look good.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, maybe he smoked all of it.
So right now, Onissa and I are circling above the
Water.
above the space
Yep.
rock.
Yeah.
Onissa's
Yeah.
just recognized the
Like,
rainbow
waving
stuff.
at you all, like,
Pseudopod.
the Ether looks not good.
Boulder,
Now
I have a
take off
19
towards
passive
Ether.
perception. Do I see it?
From the distance, you can see that there's definitely something going on. Enough to where you can see there's some concern that you may want to come back.
Okay.
Banff did
Morgan,
just yell
as
to us, so.
you
Yeah.
take off, there is this kind of burning sensation in your eyes as your eyes of the grave kicks in. And as they kick in and you start going closer and closer, you see this very majestic woman, long flowing black robes, beautiful dark hair, a mask with roses, purple roses that are kind of woven inside the mask. What you see her doing is fighting with something like a tug of war match taking place. You know this to be Morgana,
Oh.
and she is fighting for something and losing.
Please.
So
I
as
would
this is
see
all
that as
taking
well,
place,
if I can see it.
sure, like you have eyes of the grave as well.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, then when you look in that direction, it'll flare up for you as well.
I would run as fast as my little legs can take me towards that direction.
Sure. As the two of you get there, probably followed not too far behind by Banff, and then obviously Onissa.
Yeah, I think we're probably flying over now.
You guys are kind of
Yeah.
coming in. You are the only two that can see this, as you literally are watching the god of death battling with something. And when you get close enough, you can see it as the soul or the spirit of Ether that is being pulled by these black pseudopods and is not letting go.
I would immediately go starry form. Immediately. Just to see if my light would radiate enough to get any reaction as I get closer. So it's, I would describe it as like, as I'm running as fast as I can, you would start seeing in like almost animation form lights start to trickle from my feet up to my hands and my neck into my face and just start hauling butt as fast as I can. Morgan probably ahead of me by quite a few feet, but as soon as I get close, I'm trying to emit more light to see if this thing would react to anything that I'm close to it.
Sure. The rest of you, as you start to get closer, you don't see what they see as far as the goddess of death. What you do see is Ether, for a lack of better words, kind of convulsing or seizing, as if he is not long for this world. When your starry form emits the light and you charge forward, it seems to have a little effect, but by the time you reach there, that is when you will literally see Morgana being kind of thrown back. There's this kind of like energy or something that is emitted that kind of blows her back as you literally are going to watch the soul of Ether just kind of being pulled under into the ground.
Could I catch Morgana? Kind of like...
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what we'll do. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics and athletics to see kind of how it looks kind of moving.
Okay.
To catch her.
Yeah, I'll do acrobatics. I'm better at that.
And while he's doing that, what are you doing?
21.
21 is good. What are you doing, Morgan?
Can I tell if he's like dead?
So because you have the eyes of the grave activated, in my world, grave clerics are called soul shepherds, and they basically go around and they're the ones that determine this person is not allowed to be resurrected. You can see that there is no mark currently on him, but that's as of now.
Okay.
Now the rest of you, as you will approach, you see the two of them. There is no movement. Ether is still. He is quiet. He is completely covered in that black ichor. And what you can kind of remember as things start flashing back to you from the very first time you met him and things, he had bandages on his hands. There were times that you saw kind of black spidery veins here and there. And each time you would see him drink, like he had one up, which was it? I think it was
like 2 drinks.
Inside the tower, he had a couple drinks of this strange potion that he was drinking, and he loved to drink in general. But you noticed this time that those bandages were bandaged higher, and he was cloaked more.
Can we search him to find any of those potions on his body?
You can.
Yeah.
He has a satchel off to his side. You reach in, it feels as if it has no bottom. For ease of sake, you'll probably like turn it inside out. You know how they work.
Right.
You turn it inside out and you can just see dozens of these empty vials and bottles pouring out.
Anything with any of the liquid in it?
There will be a small little journal that is written in Dwarvish, if anybody speaks Dwarvish.
I do not.
I do, but I'm going to try to dump a healing spell on him and see if it reacts at all.
Okay. So as Beans, you kind of write and catch Morgana. Morgana kind of drifts so fluidly over. As you attempt to do a healing spell, she just kind of puts her hand on you, Morgan, as if, don't waste your time. She begins to move, drifting, and she kind of kneels down and she takes out this quill, just kind of, and then she tips it in this kind of floating ink pot or ink well, and it comes up this like sparkling purple energy, and she kind of kneeled down right by his forehead and starts to press the quill to his forehead and begins to write or do something.
Please, I can bring him back. don't make it so that I can't bring him back. Please.
Anything you would like to do, Beans?
I think at this point, Beans, he's a cleric. Started off as a cleric. I'll be honest, I think Beans is angry at this point. His faith has been shaken. He's been let down multiple times, injured multiple times throughout this journey. And I think he would almost reactionary, not in the sense that angry at Morgan, but at the goddess of death, he'd kind of yell at her. And he'd be like, "You can't take this one."
Morgan, go ahead and give me a persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
Now, what is everybody else wanting to do while she is doing this?
Where did the
And they'll not
pseudopods
find any
go?
vials.
It was just the water, so it went back into the water.
No,
So,
with,
the vials. Banff, let's start with you. When you turn the bag in, there's dozens of empty vials. They're
Right.
labeled. They're potions of vitality.
Right. And there's no full bottles or vials.
No, they have all been consumed. And the journal is the only thing in there that he has left.
Okay.
As you flip through the journal, you, like I said, it's all written in Dwarvish, but then you see some really rough sketches. Like as you're flipping through, there's a rough sketch of Banff. There's a rough sketch of Beans and Boulder. There's a rough sketch of Morgan. There's a rough sketch of Onisa. And that's kind of all that's in the bag. Morgan, what is your persuasion?
21.
Okay. So as the symbol begins to kind of like burn or etch itself in, it's like halfway done when you beg and plead that you can fix this. She stops and she looks at you and she pulls the quill and puts it away, snaps her finger, the ink goes away. And then she just kind of will step back quietly. And then she will just kind of fade back into the shadows or the ice, or just kind of melting away.
Can I yell her to come back?
Sure, you can attempt to do so.
Yeah, I'd like to try to bring her back. I wasn't done talking to her.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a religion check.
All right. I got a high religion, and 19 plus 7, 26.
Okay. So what do you say?
That is a good question. Come back to me.
Sure. As this is taking place and you're kind of thinking what to do, that is when you hear this and you see the mouth open up as Ether's mouth gets kind of like slack jaw. His eyes will flash white. His chest doesn't rise as if he's not breathing. And you will hear this kind of very ominous voice that kind of sends a chill down your spine.
If you want your friend, come get him. Find me at the large glacier north of here.
And then he's silent again.
Okay. I have 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
I think in a very angry and distraught voice, I think Beans is screaming at her. And I think at this point, he kind of yells out, "What do you want from me? Why do you take everything away from me?"
Okay.
I've done everything you've ever wanted.
that halts that kind of fading visage of Morgana. We'll hold that thought for just a second. Now, Banff, Onisa, Boulder, you're literally watching Morgan and Beans talking to, pardon the pun, the ether, the air, nothing. You've literally just experienced this ominous sight. You're level 20 adventurers at this point. You've seen a lot of crazy shit over your time of adventuring, whether it be undead creatures and definitely crazy things. You remember all the way back to the very first kind of time you guys arrived in, I think it was Alara was the village, I think, when you were trying to help the fish guy, and you were dealing with the Draugr that look just like what Ether looks like now. What do the three of you do as your friends are literally kind of conversing to nothing seemingly, and now Beans is just shouting the phrase that he just shouted?
We've identified in previous games that this Ichor stuff doesn't respond great to fire, right? Okay, just making sure because it's been a while. I think Onisa sees Morgan and Beans yelling at air and assumes they're doing something that's way over her head. This is not how this ability works, but her whole thing is that she carves these runes into her like magic items and like makes stuff, or her armor and her like brass knuckles and stuff. She's gonna try carving a fire rune into Ether's armor and then trying to activate it on him so that the fire magic goes through him and helps disperse this stuff in him, if that makes sense.
Sure, you can try that.
Yeah, so she like sees them talking, can't help with that at all, and goes to like carving this rune frantically into Ether's armor.
Okay. Boulder, Banff, anything?
Boulder's going to join Anissa alongside Ether's body. He's not very good at it, but he is going to try and attempt to, like, if you'll allow me to roll a medicine check to see if I can resuscitate him in some way.
Sure.
Because all I'm not cognizant of this battle. I don't see it. All I see is him having a seizure, basically, and potentially like dying. So Boulder is just going to go to town on giving Ether the what is it even called? Mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
CPR?
There we go. Good Lord. Yes. CPR.
Okay.
Who calls it mouth-to-mouth resuscitation?
Mouth resuscitation.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna make
I'm
like
sorry,
a flyer
everyone.
for like Boulder's lifeguard classes, mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Yeah.
As one of the...
I apologize. I was
He's so
homeschooled
funny.
till I was in 5th grade, so my bad.
I think that was your desire to revisit the teeth.
God.
I just think he wants
No,
to kiss
forget
me.
it. Now I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it now. Gross. No, Boulder is going to try and give CPR or some kind of,
Sure.
he's going to start punching him in the chest.
Yeah.
Banff is used to people talking to things that aren't there. Maybe he does it himself. So he is sort of disconsolate a little bit about the fact that there's no more potions in Ether's bag. He's seen this before. He's been battling the effects of this scourge in the north for a while now, and I don't want to say he's given up, but he's like he'll like look at Morgan and go, "Who are we talking to?"
My goddess, the goddess of death.
Shit.
She came to claim him, but something else took him first.
He's gonna squint and be like, can like trying to see. He's like as if squinting's gonna work.
Organ kind of points with her wing a little bit to the left.
I like the idea
His
that
face to the
And he's
actual
gonna
location.
He's gonna point at a tree and go, is that her over there? Oh, I don't see her.
Banff is looking at like the real life space as if it's one of those pictures that like have pictures in a
100%.
picture.
That is how he
That'd be
looks at pretty much everything. Is he's trying to figure out how he sees it. But that's he's pretty bummed. Like he's all jokes aside, he's like trying to search for like what the hell could we do right now. And like he goes, should we go to that place? Should we go to the glacier?
Well, that we don't know. We didn't hear that. That was wasn't that?
No, wasn't that was
No, I
Ether.
think we all heard that.
Really out of
Oh,
Ether.
we all
yelled
heard
it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I yelled it. Yeah, I wasn't.
Well, it came out of Ether's. It came out of Ether's mouth.
Correct.
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
His
I
body
forgot.
animated and a message was delivered.
Yeah.
That everyone heard.
Is there anything I could roll for the fire rune? I have no idea. I'm kind of just making that up on the spot.
Yeah,
so.
go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Can I roll to
works.
see how awesome I am at medicine?
Yes, you can.
All right, y'all. This is a straight roll because
I need you guys to get all those nat 20s and good rolls
zero
out.
to Arcana. Here we go.
That's a 6.
Wonderful.
Okay,
Just
I
beat out
actually
his
did just
chest.
roll a nat 20. That's fucking cool.
That's awesome.
Let's fucking go.
Okay.
What the fuck?
So it's gonna
now
take
I'm
a-
gonna
it's
roll
gonna take-
garbage the rest of the game.
It's going to take a few moments to get the rune in as Boulder is just like pounding on his chest. Like, come on, you son of a bitch. Like just pounding away. And that's when we'll shift the scene right back to Beans as that fading visage of Morgana quickly apparates, and just in a blink of an eye, she's directly in her face. And she's like looking down at you, essentially.
Oh yeah, I imagine. I imagine.
And
she's pretty
she says, do you think I like to take things away from people, is what she'll say. And for the first time, you're going to see her face. And it's a face that is very like a porcelain white, smooth features. You can't tell. It's kind of this, you can't tell whether she's human or was human or if she was half elven, or it's just kind of this kind of slowly shifting visage, but you could definitely see there's features, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks at, oh, thumbs up, very good. Okay. She says, do you think that I enjoy doing this? Do you think I enjoy making my children, my followers, hate me from time to time?
Then why take this one?
I tried to save him, is what she says. Did you not see me fight and struggle? The power on the other end is a strong, evil, chaotic evil, demonic presence. And I could not stop it.
What can I do?
You can help Morgan. You can help her recover him. Or you can let me finish placing the mark on his head.
No. I have shepherded enough souls to you. This one stays with me.
And she'll take a few steps back and she just looks. Kind of waiting if there's any more questions.
Wait, before you go, I need to call in a favor. We just had a big battle. We're injured. We're depleted. Give us rest instantaneously. Heal us. Give us back everything so that we can go into this battle and win. And
Are you sure that is what you want?
I'll cast Divine Intervention and get us all a long rest.
Okay. She plucks a rose that is in her hair and she pulls it out. And she takes the rose and she blows on the rose, and the petals will all kind of like fly off of the rose, and there'll be exactly 5 petals. One will kind of like float around right into the chest of each one of you as you feel this sensation of rest.
So here's my intention, GM, above table. I want to be able to commune with her. And I want to be able to believe in her again. So what I would want to ask is for her to give me something to believe in again. So whether if it's like power, or she gives me a boost or anything to make me, because I believe nothing that she just told me.
Sure.
So it's like, I was once one of her followers, so I would like to know, like, what is it that would convince me to fight on her side again?
Oh man, let's see. You don't have the trait to call in a divine intervention, do you?
No, I'm not a cleric.
Then I will allow you to have that trait to call in a divine intervention. Since you kind of part of that, I think you will be able to do it, but you'll have to do the percentage roll.
That's fine.
That the trait calls for.
Sounds good.
Yep. Everybody will complete a long rest. You can also swap out any spells as if you had taken a long rest if you think you need to or want to. Choose wisely.
I'll turn away from her and kind of look at everyone else. We have to go get him back. Something was here. Something took him, and it is waiting for us on the glacier. If we can get that dead, if we can kill it, it will release his soul, and I can bring him back.
What do you think? And he'll turn to Morgan. Why do you think we can win when not even death can win?
Because we're stronger. We are more than one. And we have a hell of a lot more to lose.
That's an inspiration point.
Onesa's like listening to this on like as she's like on the ground carving into the armor. Just like, well, let me try burning it out of him first, and then she activates the rune.
As you activate the rune, go ahead and what's the damage does it do?
So okay, I have 2 different fire runes. One's an engraved fire rune, and one's an invoked fire rune, and I don't know which one is gonna work better in this situation. For one of them. It is... One is your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check you make that uses a tool. In addition, when you hit a creature with an attack using a weapon and invoke the rune, fiery shackles appear on the target. They take 2d6 fire damage and must succeed on a strength saving throw and are restrained for 1 minute. That's one of the fire runes. The other one does... Where is it? There's so many of them. God. I'm sorry.
Welcome to level 20.
There's so many things. Shit, where is it? Is it just under Rune Carver? Oh, the other one just gave me spells. The other one gave me... I think command, maybe?
Okay. So you finish carving in the room. And you activate it. and you see it glow, and you see the fire spread, and when it does, the body violently begins to convulse once again, as if it is in severe pain. It is not liking what's going on.
But like, is it the symbiote doesn't like it, or is it like ether doesn't like it?
At this point, they're
one and the same. Yeah.
Interesting.
And now you're going to see
Okay.
this kind of oily tear kind of roll out the side of his eye, as if he's in pain.
I don't know if the symbiote is leaking out of him or if it's bad. I deactivate it. It's like, okay.
Boulder's gonna pick up Ether's body, and he's going to look at the rest of everyone and just be like, "All right, we know where we need to go."
I mean, technically, I do not know where Bamford is Glacier. It's a big one.
I think Banff would know where it is since he's been in this place for a while. He goes, I think it's this way.
Yep, absolutely. You know exactly the glacier since you, and you'll begin to lead the party that way. The closer you get to this glacier, and it's several hours march, the weather intensifies. The snow begins to fall. It cuts down your visibility. The wind begins to cut through your winter clothing, making it cold. The terrain is tougher as you begin to march through denser, higher snow. I'd like a group survival check to see how this plays out.
I have a 19 plus 5, so 24.
24. Okay.
11.
17.
Nat 1.
Okay.
For 6. Or 7, excuse me.
9?
Okay. This is a very arduous trek. This is something that you haven't experienced, as Jokul is displaying the full wrath of its nature. You also begin to notice that the closer you get towards this large glacier, that there is the oily kind of substance is there, and it almost seems to be kind of moving or leading you or keeping an eye on you. You're not quite sure, but it's going in the same direction, keeping its distance, but you're able to see it just occasionally here and there. Each one of you take a point of exhaustion.
How do you do
Daddy
that?
came to play today.
How do you do that?
Oh,
It
it's
should be at the very top there, I believe.
Yeah.
Your character sheet.
If you click on conditions and then
Conditions.
scroll all the way to the bottom, you can click 1.
1.
And then for the first level of exhaustion, we have disadvantage on all ability checks.
I don't think I have that in roll 20, but it's fine.
But they're at advantage now because we all selected advantage, right, Eric?
Yeah, sure.
That's why we asked the question,
At
didn't we?
disadvantage.
That's fine.
All I want to say is North is to blame for the advantage disadvantage. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, what?
I kept notes of everybody's episode, so everybody's got a little tidbit, and that's how this game
Okay.
works.
Oh, boy.
Banff is going to say, like, while we're doing this, he's like, it was a lot warmer in the tent. Who's got the blunt? Who's got
You
the...
do. You have
I
them
haven't
all in the
smoked
beard.
mine. I haven't smoked mine yet.
No, it was one big blunt. They're two big blunts, and one of them is really pretty effing good. Might be time to think about smoking it. As we walk this hour, another couple hours.
Oh, so we didn't all get a blunt. We just
No,
there
there
were
was
just
one
two
blunt.
big
Big
blunts.
blunts.
I think you have it, Boulder. I can smell it on you.
I'm fairly certain. Yeah, I grabbed one. Definitely grabbed one. I just don't remember which one. Didn't want because I felt like one of them had. They don't have the same ability, or they don't have the
Correct.
same benefit. Right?
I can bring
I
it up.
think you have both of them.
I think you have
because he sent them to you.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. You're right. Yeah,
Yep.
I was like, I hadn't. I was looking at my notes earlier, and I was like, I had just the word blunt. I should have made it plural.
Honestly, that's a vibe.
So there's, I think what Vamp would love for you to consider smoking is the blunt of heroic deeds, which would give us
I
the
love
effects
this.
of a hero's feast while we're walking.
That's really good. Yeah.
Oh man. So this blunt, which would look very normal in Bamf's hand, looks really fucking large. It's like,
Do you need help with it? Like,
it's like
a
this.
foot long sandwich.
just like the two fairies is holding this thing.
Yeah, it looks like Boulder's eating at Jersey Mike's or whatever.
Love those subs.
And so yeah, he pulls out this thing. And, he looks over at Onissa because he knows she does fire. She's like, could you assist here?
Yeah. I punch my gauntlets together and then just like scrape it. The fire one on the end.
Love it.
Thank you. Boulder's still looking, trying to figure out how to get his mouth around this thing.
So
Huge.
you breathe in, and then you hold it, and then you breathe out.
It's just really big. I know how to do it. It's just.
God.
This is all being recorded. This
Yeah,
is-
no, really. So good.
Please
He's going
turn
to- he's
that
going to try-
into a GIF.
You know what to do.
he's going to try. He's going to try and do it.
You could
is
make
there,
it
like,
smaller
is
by
there a-
making it smaller.
Oh. But then it would make it small
That's
for
a
everyone.
cop out, man.
Yeah, but I don't think it would make it like any less potent. If anything, you just basically are turning it into
Smaller.
like
To Boulder
into
size.
Keef, basically.
I mean, Vamp is looking at you like, what the fuck's the problem? Choke this thing already.
Is there a role associated with this? And
We do all need to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw if we're going to, in order to successfully, or we'll get another level of exhaustion. Fun times, but
I can't roll below a 10 with my
Right.
con.
See, there you go. You're good.
I'll just for the hell of it. That is a 25.
Yeah.
So I succeed.
As a
Constitution, I have an 8 at least.
27 for Bamf.
That is also
Like, let me
27
show you
for
how to
North.
do this.
Let me show you how you do this. Right, exactly. You just gotta suck, man. It's better if you.
Nani?
It's
About
better
10
if you sort of
years,
hold
Andy,
the
your child's gonna
bottom.
watch this video. That's all I'm saying.
27.
Excellent.
And then Boulder, you'll need to roll 2d10 to give us our temporary hit points.
Got it. 2d10.
Not temporary hit points. It raises your HP.
Oh, raises your hit
maximum.
points.
Raises
hit point
your-
maximum.
yeah.
So I can heal you guys all the way.
I'm
back.
gonna ask. Can I get a re-roll, please?
Did you roll 2 1s?
I rolled a 1 and a 3.
No,
My
that's
God.
good. That's good. You're level
good.
20.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
All right. So everyone gets 4 hit points.
4 additional hit points to their max.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, this isn't temp. It's 2 max.
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Got it.
And you have all the things of a hero's feast, which is like what advantage on fear checks. And
Yeah, I'll read it out to
Advantage
everybody
on
just so we
anything
keep track.
wisdom.
So it's immune to cured of all diseases and poison if you have any. Immune to poison and being frightened, and advantage on all wisdom saving throws.
There you go. That's
Nice.
good stuff. Okay. Banff, you know you got another hour or so to march in this harsh condition. before you arrive at the glacier, and you're pretty sure that the glacier has some switchback pathways to climb up. But so you probably do have another couple hours. So we're going to take this like an hour by hour approach. So the next hour, you guys continue to trudge, and it's almost as if the weather intensifies further. If there's something is making it more challenging for you to get there. So I'd like everybody to roll another survival check.
Son of a bitch.
But we roll this at advantage.
You do not. You roll it at disadvantage because you're exhausted.
But I thought the Hero's Feast took care of that.
No, it doesn't, unfortunately. It'll give us other advantages, but I'm going to
This
use...
This is a group stealth, to clarify, so all you need to do is have... Survival. Thank you. A group survival check.
13
at disadvantage.
Yeah.
I also got 13 at disadvantage.
I got 12 at disadvantage.
I got a nat 1, but I do have a +7 to survival.
So I give you an 8.
I got a. You said it's disadvantage, correct?
Correct.
Got an 11. After rolling a 23, so I rolled a nat 20, and then I got an 11.
Okay. So you guys will trudge in this weather as you are chilled to the bone. Some of you are shaking, trying to stay warm. Your teeth are chattering. It is brutal. Your face is stinging with just the snow just pelting you constantly. Some of you can't feel the tips of your fingers. You cannot feel your feet. Your clothing is saturated. Each one of you take another exhaustion point. You're up to 2. So I think your speed is half.
Eric, I've got to know.
Yeah.
Who hurt you?
I think the answer to that is all of us.
Well, that's true.
We all left him.
Forget about my
is he?
dwarven character for
Yeah.
the 6th session in a row. We'll see how you like these apples.
Okay. As you get to the glacier, as soon as you get to the base, the weather lightens. The snow is more of like a light flurry. But you can see a long kind of switchback pathway that climbs upward. And you can see that the glacier itself has that kind of black ichor spidering through the entire glacier. And bam, if you have the highest passive, you're able to see at the very top of this switchback pathway that you're pretty sure you need to take, there is a large crater that looks like it is something that is impacted in it.
My friends, dudes, up ahead, there's a crater, and usually inside of craters there's boulders, and where there's boulders, there's the bad guys. I think.
Boulders right here.
No, the boulder who isn't boulder. Yes.
Still pointing at Boulder.
Yes.
All right.
So is there anything you guys want to do?
I'm going to do this now before you all fucking scatter and run away from me. And I cast Power Word Fortify, and all of you get 24 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Love it.
Bamf is gonna summon Haze.
Amazing.
And then he's gonna like pretend like he's gonna like rub his hands with Haze's hands and pretend that that's warming him up, even though it's doing absolutely nothing.
Is there any kind of animal life on this glacier?
It's actually something I was thinking about.
There is some. You probably didn't see any on your way here because visibility was reduced drastically, kind of due to the kind of light blizzard you went through. You don't see any where you are currently.
Is this land barren? Like there's nothing, or is there life?
It is pretty much barren where this glacier is.
Is it daytime or nighttime?
Let's see. It was getting, Michael, and yours, wasn't it like drawing towards the evening?
It was middle of the night. Yep.
Yeah, so it's probably extremely late night by now. You definitely have marched for several hours.
And I'm tired.
Mm-hmm. You are exhausted 2 levels.
No, based off of what we know about, I mean, actually, you know what? I'll RP this moment. Boulder's gonna look at the rest of the group. I think we all know it goes without saying that we're not resting, we're not sleeping anywhere near this crater. Like, whatever's down there, we need to go now. I would like everyone just take a quick check of their items, everything that they have. I have my axe. I have this really dope tattoo on my back now, and did he reveal that tattoo last session or no?
No.
No, does it say Onisa rocks?
No, it's just Onissa's face.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Onissa's boulder.
What is that?
all of these. This is
That's
lore
disturbing.
accurate. No, it's very much like it's just
Picture of a nosebleed.
you know, just yeah. I have this amulet as well. It keeps me healthy. But I also have these potions. And he pulls out 2 greater potions. He says, some of you are a little bit more squishy than myself. Would any of you like one of these?
What do they do?
They're health potions.
Oh,
They give you health. They heal you.
I think Banff would be the only one unless people were paying attention, but I already started marching towards the meteor. I'm kind of pissed off still from the conversation with Death. So it's kind of one of just like...
There goes my... Oh, shit. Okay. I guess...
Banff will take one. Banff will take one.
Before you go,
Okay.
Bold Beans, I need everyone to tell me how you want me to bury you. What funeral rites would you like? Just really
I mean, after
quickly.
we defeat this great evil,
So
and we all
Sure.
live for 50 more years or whatever.
Whatever makes you feel better about this moment.
I would like you to cremate me, put me in a blunt, and smoke me. Thank you.
No.
What if I have someone else smoke you?
That's okay
I
too,
would
but it's
like
got to be
to
somebody
be-
I like.
Okay.
I would like to be buried in my homeland.
You have mosquitoes the size of something called a truck? I am not going to.
It was a cart. It was a cart.
My
Very large
cabbages!
Anissa is gonna like pull out a piece of paper from like her furs that are like around her waist and hand it to Morgan and then clasp over like your wing, I guess, and be like, good luck, and then walk off. And you have like a little scavenger hunt thing.
She like looks down at it and then looks up at Onisa's back. And it's just like, that is good. Will keep me busy when I am last one left.
Okay.
My money's actually is on Morgan to survive. Just saying.
Joke's on you. Morgan's already dead and has been for 80 years.
So the
I
party
said
begins to
survive. I
march.
didn't say live.
Begins to march up this pathway, kind of going and the switchback back and forth as you climb higher and higher. The air gets a little thin. Not drastically, but you can definitely tell that you're elevated. And it's very cold as you are on a glacier, and you reach the top, and when you do, you can see a fairly large space rock or meteor that has impacted in the glacier. And you can see that it looks like a cracked egg, like there's a hole that's kind of, and the whole rock is cracked, and there's this ichor that is just kind of oozed out of it, and you can see there's evidence of this ichor all over the place. Go ahead and everybody give me a perception check.
No.
Okay.
No, thank you.
20.
Perception at disadvantage.
18.
Oh,
not
a disadvantage.
Shit, I forgot
Exhaustion.
Still at 20.
19.
Okay.
That's an 11.
That's a 12.
I got a 22.
Okay. So Boulder and Beans are the only two that don't see this. You're probably like trying to give a potion or whatever it is. However you guys play that out is fine. But the three of you that did pass are seeing large, giant-sized boot prints that they're starting to get covered by snow. They're not extremely fresh, but they are leading kind of past this rock, further up the hill, and kind of over the hill a little bit. Or over the
If I
peak,
get
if you will.
down to like look at the boot prints, can I try and figure out like what kind of creature made them? Or
You sure can, nature. I'll give you advantage, which makes you a normal
Ooh.
roll for nature.
okay, so it's just straight roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have a +6, so
You got
okay,
this.
it's not terrible. 16.
This is definitely a giant boot print.
Oh,
And you know that it is a fire giant boot print.
oh,
And
okay.
the boot design that you're able to kind of like, you're looking at it, you can see that there's some certain designs in the way the boot is. This is a noble fire giant.
Oh shit. Okay. Fire
Noble of
giant.
spirit?
Fire giant royalty walked through here.
Bam
looking at
smiles.
The fuck is a fire giant doing in Frozen Wasteland?
I have no idea. They don't normally live around here, right? They have like.
No, they don't necessarily like the cold. Doesn't mean they can't travel or be in the cold. It's not their preferred terrain. No.
Okay. Weird.
While we're climbing, could I have a conversation with Boulder?
Absolutely.
Totally Batman and Robin from the TV show.
Just like Batman and Robin 100%. And I think the conversation
Listen,
would
Robin.
be like, so you and Onisa, huh?
I don't think she knows I exist.
Oh, why do you say that?
She hasn't said anything about the song, and I don't know. I think I came on way too strong, and I think I might need to work on the lyrics a little bit more. There were some of the verses that the meter was it was a little off. I could definitely have performed better. So I don't know. I'm sort of not even thinking about that right now. I think we need to save. Damn it! What's his name?
Ether.
We need the dwarf. We need to save the dwarf from probably a very intense and painful death.
Brother, you are wonderful. You've always watched over me.
We've watched over each other.
Yes. One day, I would like to see you happy. Maybe only says the one. We have little nieces and nephews running around.
Little medium-sized nieces in there.
Look, little to us, all right? Maybe they're large, all right? Leave us alone. We can't cast enlarge on everything, all right?
just the idea that that short King Boulder is gonna have kids that are all like much larger than him. He's constantly gonna be talking to his kids. Hey, you're 3 now. Can you grab that thing off the shelf?
I was imagining you holding the baby, and it's as big as you, like burping them.
Yeah, I'm picturing
like
that
Elf.
scene in Elf. Exactly. Yeah. I was like, Will Ferrell.
It's just like Elf. It's exactly. You know.
Oh man. That is a very nice thought.
It is not.
I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We just need to make sure we don't fuck up this part.
Promise me you will survive.
I promise.
I can't lose another.
Okay. As the party gets to the top where these boot prints are leading, you are going to see a large, giant-sized spike that looks like it's been driven into the ice. There's a rope that is tightly tied around the spike and drops down a hole that lowers into the glacier. It is dark.
Bamf will walk up and go, all right. And then he'll cast levitate and then just jump in.
Float down. Okay.
Shouldn't
Jump
we
in and
maybe
cast
discuss?
Featherfall.
Okay, nope. We're just okay. We're going. We're just going to.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. He just disappears into the darkness for anybody who doesn't have.
Can I
dark
cast
vision.
fairy light on him before he does that, just so that I can see him as he's
You
ascending?
want to cast fairy fire on him?
I just want to cast something to put brighten him up because I need to see him.
You got light?
The image in my head now is you casting fairy fire on Bamf, descending into this pit, and there's gonna be like one of those fucking angler fish at the bottom.
And everything gonna have advantage to hit me. That's the best part. Right?
No, I don't want fairy fire. I'm trying to
wait, birthday boy.
light the torch or something. Give him a torch. I don't know. Give him a blunt to light so we can at least see the thing lighting him.
That's fair. That's fair. I would say Banff would be smoking a blunt as he goes down. You just
Smoking,
see the time.
so we can see at least the
just
red as we lit up.
That's fair.
Cherry.
That's fair. Yeah, he's going down. It gets harder to see that little tiny red light till you.
Who cannot see?
I don't remember if I have dark vision. Is it dark? Like dark?
It's pitch black. Yeah.
Man.
Morgan whacks Beans in like the face with her wing and casts light on his face, and then just flies into the darkness.
Stunned look from me too. Just a stunned look from Beans. Is like, I know she wanted to do that the whole time.
So you gave, was it Bean's dark vision?
Just
Light.
cast light on his face,
Oh,
so he's
cast
like a
light.
headlamp.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Wonderful. Just, I'm a beacon now.
Yeah, so you're like 20, let's see, 20 feet bright, 20 feet down. Gotta get these tokens set up, see what happens. Okay. Who's next? Anybody else going down? Do you want to see what happens, or
Can I shoot just a fire arrow down?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Just a fire arrow
If
down.
you do that, you'll see that when Banff lands, he lands in the 3-point hero stance.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm gonna start flying down, I guess.
Okay.
When Morgan gets to the bottom, she'll just land on Bamf.
Y'all can fly. Beans cannot. So Beans is like got to take the long way down.
Okay.
Boulder will pick up Beans up.
I'm heavy now because I got armor.
I think 24
wicked
strength
strong.
can do it.
Like, I don't
Okay.
know if I've mentioned yet how
No.
unbelievably strong.
No, you haven't. Can please repeat it for me?
I am. I'm wicked strong. Just
Okay.
Just ungodly levels of
So
strong
Banff,
right
you're
now.
the first one down. You drift with your levitate for at least 100 feet as you go down. You land in this kind of cavern. It is about 15 feet-ish. It kind of like curls around a very tight corner. As you kind of like are looking around, you will hear the subtle wings of Morgan as she is going to land next, and look up to see Onissa flying down, followed shortly by the brothers Beans and Boulders. They come down as well. Everyone, now that you're down here, hears the sound of bang, bang, bang. It sounds like something slamming into ice, just repetitively hitting over and over and over.
Drop the beat, Boulder.
Who's carrying or who has Aether's body right now?
Who?
You would have.
You.
Oh, that's
You
right. That's right.
You're wicked strong, remember?
Man,
Yeah.
I know that
That's
you
right.
have trouble remembering him, but come on.
You could have put him
I
in.
wish. I
literally have
really
him.
wish. I really wish I could say that was a part of the bit, but I legit forgot.
It tracks. It totally tracks. You could have
Totally
put him in
tracks.
that bag of holding that he had. That
Oh, I don't know if I want to do that. Like, if you
Technically,
put
we don't
somebody-
even need his body. I can make a new one. Don't worry about it.
can you make me taller than
That
it
Oh,
is?
sorry.
that is really disturbing. All of that. Every word of that sentence is really disturbing.
Listen, Morgan, I've been meaning to talk to you. I think you're taking your whole cleric thing just maybe a step too far. You know, maybe just pull it just a tad on the whole like creepy factor.
No.
Oh, okay, all right. I'll just, fuck me,
As you guys are fully down there, and you're hearing this repetitive slamming by something into this ice, you quickly look around and you notice that the walls are heavily coated in this ichor, and they seem to be kind of thriving or pulsing. When you really look at the wall, you get a brief moment to where you see it's like a wave effect, but then this face of somebody just kind of rolls out of the wall and then back and blends back into the ichor, as if the walls have souls or other people trapped inside of the
Don't like that.
part of the ichor. So
Could we hear the souls?
they do not make a sound.
Okay.
Because the sound of the whatever is beating against the ice
Is louder.
is very loud.
Okay. And there's only one passage, doesn't split or anything like that.
Nope. And it's a very short, like 5, maybe 10, more like 5-ish, between 5 and 10. And then it just kind of quickly elbows around a very sharp 90-degree kind of curve.
I'm gonna have Hayes be about 30 feet in front of us, so he will lead in front. Because I can look through his eyes if I need to.
Amazing.
But he's able to sort of. I have to stay within 30 feet of him, but like he can at least give us a little bit of forward scouting.
So
legitimately, what I was
you
going to
will
ask.
move him forward, say 30 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you do, he's going to go around that sharp 90-degree turn. You're beginning to notice as you kind of go through his eyesight that there's these large crystalline ice forms, or they could be some crystals, you're not quite sure, that are kind of also it's kind of protruding from the floor, coming out of the walls. And when you move about 15 or 20 feet, you now see this massive giant. The skin is gray and smoky, kind of like Banff, or kind of like, not Banff, but kind of like haze, kind of this wisp of smoke. But then you can see the skin itself has the veins of black ichor working through it. And he is swinging away at this large chunk of ice. And he has these 2 massive war hammers. And just like he's beating a drum, bang, in rhythm, bang, bang, bang. The other thing you notice is he has a crown that is on his head. And his hair flickers like fire, but it's a purple, smoky fire. It's like nothing you've ever seen before.
Banff will report back to his friends. My dudes, it's the King of Fire? I don't know, something like that. I think we need to stop him doing whatever he's, like that beat is not a good beat.
When you say King of Fire, do you mean like the king of the fire giants? Is that the word?
He's big, he's a fire giant, and he's got a crown. That's what I know.
Okay,
So Anissa, when you hear this, you know that it has not been a king of the fire giants in a very long time. As a matter of fact, there was a king of the fire giants who attempted to take over all of the giant elks. He was considered the Mad King, essentially. He was overthrown along with his entire elk and tossed into the Shadowfell. You know his name to be King Kralgar Sulfurous.
I say all that to everybody. I mean, do I know if he had any children?
If he had any children,
Yeah.
You would know that the time of banishment, he had small kids, maybe single digits in age. His
Okay.
whole family, every one of the fire giants were basically tossed
Okay, so
banished.
kids were banished with him. Okay.
Eric.
Exiled.
Eric,
You got
you know
it.
how Banff reads comic books, right? Like that's
Oh, yeah.
Sure,
pretty much
yeah.
how. Does he have a comic book on this
Yeah.
about
So-
giants?
Yeah.
He's gonna be pulling through his pack, and he sort of pulls out and he shows them. And does this comic illustration look at all like this guy?
Sure. Yeah.
He sort
Absolutely.
of goes, this guy.
Okay, well, fuck. Okay.
So he's no longer imprisoned.
Apparently not.
Okay.
It does explain quite a bit.
Alright. Well, let's go fuck him up before he breaks through ice.
Why not talk to him first?
He has tried to kill several of us. He
How do we
took
know?
Aether's soul and he ripped my fucking beak off.
Do you have evidence?
The ooze.
Are you his lawyer? What?
How do you know it is him?
I point the picture. I'm like, That's the guy.
The picture that he points to literally just shows this mad king as he's being like picked up by the arms and tossed into this kind of shadowy thing behind him, essentially.
Look, he looks real angry in the picture, Beans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it. Just walks towards the guy.
Andy, we can't hear you.
I cast Sanctuary on Beans as he walks up to this
I
dude.
have a 13 intelligence. Remember this.
No, I got you. I got you, Boo. And now you have Sanctuary.
You are the smartest person in the group.
So Beans, you travel
Boulder's
about...
going.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go
I'm
ahead.
wise but not smart.
Go ahead, Boulder.
No, Boulder's said he's going to walk out, and he's going to just look at the giant dude, and he is just going to be like, "Hey, you! Why don't you?" And then Boulder realizes that he should have thought through this speech better. Why don't you just get out of here right now? And
So
he's going to
as-
try
I'd
and
like to
use his
move the
intimidating-
Sanctuary.
He's going to try and use intimidating. He's going to use intimidating presence.
Sure. Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
But my intimidating presence just says that he needs to succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Hold on. Yeah. A wisdom saving throw?
I honestly thought you were going to say he should drop a nasty beat because he's most off rhythm, you know?
What is the DC?
That is a 17.
Okay. So a quick description: as you guys step in to this area, it opens up into a massive cavern. You see this shadowy fire king pounding away at this thick glacial something. Beans, go ahead and give me a perception check as you're hearing the intimidating
disadvantage.
presence. Correct. The presence of your brother being very intimidating from behind you.
Damn it. Oh, that's not too bad. 17?
You are able just to catch a glimpse at this large ice structure, or this whatever it is ice that this shadowy fire giant is beating on. There is some sort of something at the core of it. You can tell there's definitely something in the center of it. As your brother gives that fantastic, intimidating presence, the giant will stop. He will turn his head, and as he does, his eyes are glowing purple and smoke just kind of comes out of the corners of the eyes. He is completely infected, much like the others, like ether and everything else.
See? Above table, you see?
I see exactly
So-
what I was going for. He's the dude.
So I think this is going to be a good time for us to take a break before we get into
Into
whatever
what? To a
may
conversation?
happen. Maybe.
Yeah,
Into a really conversation?
We've got popcorn. We're just gonna wait to see what Beans does.
Fine.
So we'll be back in a
Intimidating.
few minutes to see this epic conclusion and how it plays out.
Woo!
Awesome.
Yes.
wait.
Seduce that man, Beans.
Wait a second. Boulder was the one that said something.
I know. But I
You're
did it
both
so to make you
equally
look good.
dumb.
I stand so small, your shadow wide. When it's a strength, I'm terrified. You fight with fists, your power flows, while I just hope my love still shows. Am I worthy to hold your name? Your blazing fire, your untamed flame. I'll rise and fight Though I feel so weak beside your might, it's you I seek. Each blow you throw, the earth does quake. My tiny heart, it fears to break. Yet by your side, I find my place in awe of both your strength and grace. Am I worthy to hold your name? Your blazing fire, your untamed flame. I'll rise and fight, though I feel so weak beside your might. It's you I seek, so I'll keep on with heart in hand beside the giants who takes a stand. Oh, Nissa, my home, my guiding flame, forever I'll strive to earn your name.
Oh,
And we're back. So, Beans, we'll start with you.
Oh,
This
shit.
thing turns around. It looks at you. It looks menacing at you.
Grr.
What would you like to do?
So, Beans is not that smart, but he's smart enough to know picture equals bad guy in front of him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, I think at this point, he's just gonna be like, what you doing?
Okay. So I'm gonna flash back from Beans into the little alcove where Morgan and Bamf and Onisa currently are. You will hear the intimidating presence of Boulder. You will hear Beans say, "Oh, what you doing? What do the three of you want to do?"
Well, I think I'm gonna race forward. That's both him and Hayes are gonna race forward if they're out there getting ready to engage this thing.
Go ahead and take your full movement if you're running forward.
I'm still on your
at
shoulder,
half
so I'm coming
movement,
with you.
right? Because of
You are, because you're exhausted. Things are gonna get really interesting because of
Okay.
this.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cast haste on myself.
Excellent.
So,
I'm gonna activate my storm rune, which for a minute, I am in a state that when me or another creature I can see within 60 feet makes an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check, you can use your reaction to cause the roll to have advantage or disadvantage. So I get that for a minute.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move forward.
Okay.
At half, so I can only get 15 feet.
DM,
Yeah.
Is that what?
what's the highlighted green thing?
So for the players at the table, the highlighted green thing is a elevated platform. So it is like a 15-foot kind of.
So green
piece
means
of
it goes
ice.
up, red means it goes down.
No, red is actually higher. It's a higher elevation in this. There is the black on top of the green, that little outline. That's like to the ceiling. Does that make sense? Like if you look at the green glacier over here, there is like a black outline or something. There's a piece that goes all the way to the ceiling.
Got it.
So. As you all get into position, I'm gonna have you all roll an initiative.
Oh, can I?
Wait. Before we do that,
Sure.
hold on. Does he look intimidating? It looks like he's gonna attack me. Are we gonna just have a conversation here?
He looks as if he is not of his right mind. He looks as if he's going to fight for sure.
Oh, okay. All right. So, just me asking a question. Is it initiative disadvantaged as well?
No, it is not.
Fudge!
Okay, I think I have advantage on initiative rolls from Feral Instinct. So...
Oh, you want us in there, or do you want us... Because I already rolled.
It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna write him down on a piece of paper. And
24.
Beans is
9?
9!
Was that with advantage? You should have Feral Instinct too.
I rolled a 5 on the other one.
I rolled a nat 20.
Okay. Alright.
Bam, what do you got?
14.
Okay.
Dirty 20 over here.
30-20.
I am gonna roll my damage and stuff and roll 20 though, because
Yep.
last time it took me so long to do all those rolls.
Morgan.
13.
Okay.
DM, will you
Yeah.
allow me to rage?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to rage.
Perpetual rage is activated.
Can I starry form once I see that he is menacing and wants to attack me?
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
All right. Just to clarify, you had a 26 to
Oh no, dirty 20, dirty 20.
30-20. Sorry. Okay, so that means it'll be Beans. You will be first. Anissa will be second. The infected Fire King is third. Then it will be Bamf fourth. Morgan fifth. And Boulder ending the round. Okay. Beans. You are up.
How close am I to this guy?
You are about 15 feet from him.
Has he answered? Will he answer me, or is he not like answering?
He is in a, almost as if he is in a blank, like I said, blank state of he is under the influence of something else or someone else. Very much like those creatures you fought earlier. Very much like Ether earlier as well.
Okay. Can I feel any heat emanating from him since he's a fire giant?
At this distance, you don't feel the heat per se, but you can definitely see that there are like flames from his hair and things like that.
What do I want to do from here? I do have sanctuary. That's nice. I would like to cast Bane at
Nice.
3rd level
Okay.
on the creature. So you would need to make a charisma saving throw for that. That's a 19.
It fails.
Nice. All right, so that is one spell slot for me, and that's at 3rd level. That is an action, and I will move 5 feet in front of the creature.
Okay.
And I will stay there. So I cast Bane.
Awesome. Okay.
And be like, hello? What are you doing?
What happened
So
to your
as
voice?
you move within 5 feet of it, or do you
So
move 5
like
feet
within
closer?
10 feet. Like
Yeah,
I want to be within 10 feet.
He's tracking you, like he watches you do this, but there is no response, as if like no one's home.
Okay.
Okay. Onisa.
Okay. I mean, he hasn't attacked yet. I'm already in the like prophetic storm rune state. I'm gonna activate rage, which allows me to move half my movement right now, which I guess gets cut in half again. So I can move 7. And then I can move another 15 on top of that. Which only gets me to right here. And then if I have something that is a bonus action, can you also do that on a regular action, or can you not?
It's got to be a bonus action.
Shit. Okay. I guess I'll just take the dodge action because I can't get to it on this turn.
Okay. All right.
Or actually, no, I'll take the dash action and get right in front of it. So I'm in. So if it hits something, it hits me first.
Okay.
I will do that.
So as you dash up, its eyes go from tracking bean and looking at beans to now it shifts towards you as you come in. And it'll be its turn. Holy shit. So it swings with its dual warhammers. The first one is a 19 plus 11, so that's probably gonna hit.
Hi, I would like to make him re-roll it.
Okay.
With my reaction.
He also has
That-
Bane.
Yeah, so
that's
a D4.
creates a yep. All right, so that definitely will not hit because that is not low enough. His second attack is a nat 20, but it's also
Silvery
baned.
barbs.
No. Nat 20 still crit even with Bane.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
But silvery barbs would affect it.
If you were in 30 feet of me, I could negate that. But once again,
So the silvery barbs drops it to a 22 to hit.
Okay, that still definitely hits.
No crit. That's
Yeah,
that's
28
my arm,
points
yeah,
of damage.
Thank you very much.
28 points of damage.
Okay, that's fine.
And he'll go ahead and I feel like since you guys are having fun with this, he's going to go ahead and take his other 2 actions on against me.
Other 2 actions.
Does he need
He's
to?
got 4
He doesn't
total.
have to.
He doesn't have to.
So 25 for his
That
third
hits.
and 26 for his fourth. They're both banged, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so what did I say for the first one?
25.
That will be a 21 instead, and the other one will only be a 20.
Yeah,
Both
I mean,
of those
I only
hit.
have an AC of 10. It's not good over here. My AC very low.
Okay. So that will be between the 28 on each, and I believe that is what? 56 points between the 2.
Okay.
And that will end his turn completely.
Is this?
You were only aiming at her, correct? Not me.
That is correct.
Okay.
Sorry, wait, it was 50 how much?
56 on the last
56, okay.
You just hear from the back beans, ooh, that hurt.
two. Bamf, you're up.
Because I forgot to do this, I'm going to recast haste, but I'm going to do quicken spell and twin spell so that it is also cast on Boulder. Boulder, you are now hasted. Extra action +2 to AC.
Good move.
And you can dodge, dash, whatever with that extra action.
Nice.
So a +2 to AC.
+2 to
You
AC.
said?
Yeah. And then he's going to Haze is going to move forward right up to him.
Okay.
And then Bamf and then Bamf will move up. And then switch places with oh shit, that's my bonus action. I already did my bonus action.
I was about to ask how that works because I'm
Yep.
still on your shoulder. I was like, do I switch places? What?
Yeah, well you'd end up
With him.
still better to have the haste. I will
Is there any way to apply the haste to your character sheet or no?
No, you just have to open up the haste spell. Here, I'll link it, and you can just refer to it.
Thanks.
Dropped it in Roll20. I will then dash forward, but Haze will take an attack against him.
Nice.
Oh, and I can dash gets me there. I'm going to use my haste, my extra action haste to get up closer to him. So I'll still have the 3. So I get all the way up to him. All right.
Awesome.
So we're both here. And then I will actually hit him first. So, but my first hit, I'm going to use my Cloud Giant. My Cloud Strike, which if I hit him and he fails, I will be invisible to him.
Gotcha.
Okay. And I'm going to use a lucky to give myself advantage on this. Well, that was not a great roll. I rolled a 18 and 18.
18 just hits.
All right. Then he needs to give me a 19 wisdom save.
He only gets an 18 for wisdom, so he cannot see you.
So I'm now invisible, so to him. So I will now have advantage. So
John Cena.
So this one does this first hit. Where did my D4 go? Oh, there it is. This first hit does. Whoa! All right. That is 21 points of damage on the first hit.
Nice.
On my next hit, I will now use my so he's now Vamp is now using this sword that he got at the Teeth Emporium, this tooth sword. It's a big giant great sword made of teeth, and he is going to now use its special property to give himself some more damage, and he's going to use a storm strike, which will give him more lightning damage. So he now has advantage on these attacks. And now he's also going to use Great Weapon Master, so he's going to take the -5 to do more damage. He rolls a 29 to hit.
It does.
And he does... where's another die? Okay, there we go. He does 10... He does 12 points of regular damage and 12 points of lightning damage.
Amazing.
And there needs to be another saving throw. A Constitution saving throw DC 19.
Failed that with a 17.
All right. He now has disadvantage on all attack rolls till the start of my next turn.
Amazing.
With Bane. Damn.
And then I've got 2 more hits. Sorry, coming through.
Don't apologize.
A 30 to hit.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed something. Plus 17 to both of those damage, so plus another 34 damage.
Amazing.
Okay, and then this one, I will use that. Okay. And this time I do only 27 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use Hayes is going to hit him. And Hayes rolls a 25 to hit.
It does.
And Hayes does Hayes uses my attack, so I can use Great Weapon Master there too. Hayes does 28 points of damage.
Amazing.
And that is the end of my turn.
Awesome. He's looking like he's taking some damage, but he's still definitely a viable target. Each one of those damage impact him, and there's like very little reaction emotionally, as if he's almost like zombified almost, but he's not, if that makes sense. Okay. Next up is Morgan.
So that was like 100 points of damage, and he doesn't look particularly phased.
It's level 20.
All right.
That's
Okay.
rough.
All right. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Morgan's gonna go ahead and cast Spirit Guardians at 6th level. It's not letting me draw my thing properly though, so I might let you do that. It's being weird.
What is the range of that? Just remind me.
It is a 15-foot radius.
And let's make it. What color do you want?
Purple, gray, black, any of those.
Oh,
And then
also,
make
I just
sure you
realized
Good choice.
my armor class was not calculating unarmored defense, so it's actually a 17, not a 10.
That's much better.
I had questions as to why you were a 10 AC at
I was
level
a
20. I was
10?
like, I'm not
What?
going to call her out on this, but damn. Okay, for Spirit Guardians, it needs to go ahead and make a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Yes, it does. All right. So its
DC
wisdom
22.
it fails that.
Okay, takes 28 radiant damage, and I'm concentrating.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit my turn there.
That'll bring us to 1 second. 1 second. Spirit Guardians. It is a divine magic, correct?
It is radiant.
Yeah. Roll me a percentage die, please, because when you cast this, you feel a very difficult challenge with casting divine magics.
98.
Okay, so it will trigger, but you do not like that you feel as if something is interfering with it.
Okay, that's not good.
Boulder, you are now up.
Boulder is raging. Boulder is going to he is going to take
Rage.
his full movement, and he's going to take his 2 attack actions. That's a 32 to hit
Does.
and a 30 to hit.
It does.
Let's see, did it calculate damage? So that was, it is 35 total damage. But I am raging. Did it I don't know if it calculated oh wait, I can take a look. Hold on one second. Oh, it did calculate the rage damage. Excellent. Okay. Let's see here. And I am I want to, can I do that as a reaction? Let me see. Nope. I can't do that as a reaction. I am going to cast, oh no, I can't. As my bonus action, I will Misty Step 30 feet away.
Okay.
to get away from that guy.
Okay.
If you, not to be the Rose lawyer, but if you that makes you drop your rage, doesn't it? Or do you? Or at level 20, can you still rage and cast the spell?
He's got like perpetual
I am
rage.
Raging till I cancel it.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Okay. That'll end.
Look at you,
round
level
one, bringing us
20.
He is the Hulk.
Beans, you are up at the top of round 2.
Oh shit!
This guy looks as if he's now bloodied.
He looks bloody. Could I look over at Morrigan when she casts divine magic to see an expression on her face?
I'll tell you what, since you have clerical abilities, I feel like you may feel it. There's a twinge. I'll give you that.
Interesting.
So for anybody who uses any divine magic, just so we're out in the open, you have to roll a percentage die and just let me know what you get.
I'm still kind of pissed at Miss Death over there. I think you kind of hear some mumbled words underneath Beans's breath, and you can hear figures, and he'll just kind of walk up to the giant, and there's no expression on his face, right? Nothing with pain, no sorrow, nothing.
It's very expressionless. You can tell that he's taking the damage. You probably would be able to see that, like, no, there's no, not on this one. There's nothing.
All right. So at this point, then, I would probably go up to the giant, and you would hear him say that underneath his breath, and then he would say, "It's time to end your sorrow." And he would place a hand on him and inflict wounds at 8th level.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Or 7th level, excuse me. 7th level. So he would inflict wounds, and that is a 31 to hit.
Oh, it definitely hits.
And that is a lot of dice. That is 62 points of damage.
Wow. Okay. You definitely can see the wounds being inflicted, and now you can see some like that oily tear kind of ooze from the side as if he's reacting to taking some pain.
Okay.
But his facial features are just stoic.
Right. I don't remember if inflict wounds is concentration. It's not. Okay, good. All right, cool. So then Bane would still be up, right? Because I have one concentration spell up. Okay.
Yep. Bane is up.
And then I would basically, I'll wait for a reaction if something comes at me.
Okay. Lisa.
I am going to bonus action Giant Smite, so Onisa grows in size, and just lay into this dude.
Do you grow
some
large?
punches. Yeet.
There's no advantage to me casting enlarge reduce on you, or enlarge.
Yes, there is.
I mean, yeah, I would go up another.
And another D4 of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Good to know.
Okay, so and then I take some punches. Did that not do 2 of them? Oh, also, we're not flanking him right now, are we?
No.
I mean, we're kind of surrounding the shit out of him right now, but
Yeah, but we haven't I mean, and we
Yeah,
do it
but
flanking, right? Eric? Yes, no?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So 22 to hit and a 28 to hit,
Both hit.
and that's gonna be. It says 13. I'm just making sure if that gave me all this stuff. Does not look like it gave me all the stuff I'm supposed to get with it. Hold on. 'Cause that should have been an extra 3 and an extra d10. Oh no, maybe it did. I just rolled bad. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, so that's 13 damage, then 8 damage. But I'm bigger now, so that's fun.
Okay.
What does it look like after that?
He's looking pretty rough.
Cool, I'm gonna
He's still
action
got-
surge and do it again.
Okay. Sure.
Action surge doesn't give you another bonus action, right? It just gives you
No,
another
it's
attack
another-
action. Yeah.
Correct.
Maybe get 2 more of these.
Mm-hmm.
25, and then I got a 15, but I still have the Storm Rune up, so I'm gonna give myself advantage on that last one.
Okay.
So I get to roll one more time. 27, that's better. Okay. So that is gonna be 13 plus 8 plus 14 plus 9.
$21 plus 9, that's 30. And what was the last number?
9.
Got it.
So Onisa just starts laying into this guy and like aiming towards where Bean's like all the veins went out from, like spidered out from inflict wounds. And so Onisa's like aiming for like those areas to try and like drive it in.
Yeah. That last shot causes him to falter and he falls to like a knee. He releases his hammers. He'll use half his speed to right himself as he stands up. He reaches back. He'll grab out a greatsword that is like tied to his back. He raises it straight into the air, and when he does, you're going to see that there's these runes, very similar to what you have, Onisa, as each one of them poof, 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 come to life, and very much Masters of the Universe style, and energy comes out as he drops a fireball right where the group of you are.
Oh, wonderful. Is that casted?
It is.
At what level?
It is just a, third level fireball.
Counterspell?
Sure.
Nice.
Excellent. So
We
as
are
it starts
in a little
to
group
form,
here.
you instantly reach up and it'll dissipate. It'll just shower in snow flurries. Okay. That will be his turn. It'll be Bam's turn.
Okay. Bam. Seeing as there was a fireball, he's going to slide over here just so that we're not all... Can he stand? Yeah, probably stand there. He's just going to spread out a little bit so that we're not all in the same location. And then he is going to unleash Fury again. So he's getting pissed off that this thing is still standing. So first attack, he's gonna use Lucky to hit with advantage, and he's now visible to the creature. So he is going to roll with advantage. He rolls a he does not use his Great Weapon Master this time. He rolls a 29 to hit. I believe that hits.
Does, yep.
Then the creature will need to give me a 19 wisdom or intelligence. I can't remember. A 19 wisdom, right?
Fails it.
Okay. He is then invisible to the creature again. That first hit, he does 2d6, 3d6 plus 4 plus 7. He does 21 points of damage. Does it matter whether it's lightning or thunder?
It does not.
Okay, so I won't separate them out. And then he, with advantage again, he'll attack again. This time rolling a 24 to hit.
It does.
And this time he will use the special feature on the sword again. And do another d6 worth of damage. This time he rolls a 17, so that's 20, 32, 35 points of damage.
Amazing. Why don't you tell everybody how Banff takes down the shadowy Fire King?
Banff is just sort of like, you don't normally see Banff get angry, but he starts to slam into this creature and he's saying, "Bring Ether back!" and just starts slamming down on him. And then I imagine that the creature sort of drops to his knee at one point, and Banff just beheads him with the last blow.
Beautiful. When you drop him down, you go through, the head separates. There's like almost like a flash of energy. The eyes stop glowing that purple. They still smoke a little bit, and it drops down. The head rolls, and you see all of the ichor just retreat out of the body and start pouring into like various crevices in the floor, into the walls, as the walls feel like they are alive. Anything else you want to do, Banff?
Well, if there's nothing else to attack, there's not much else for me to do.
Okay.
But he's gonna start looking, or he's getting nervous that like this thing's dead, but the ichor is clearly not dead.
Correct.
So he's just gonna be on guard, I think is really what he'll be doing. What is this over here? Is that
Ping it again. I missed it.
Something in the ice that he was beating on.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the thing in the ice that he was banging?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
It's a silhouette of something inside the ice.
Got it. All right, cool.
Onisa's gonna pick up the crown
Yeah.
and then walk like behind Banff and be like, "I think this means you're king of the fire giants now."
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing.
I'm like pretty sure.
Morgan, it's your turn.
He goes, "I knew it."
I put the crown on Banff.
it's like a collar.
Wait, I want to preface this with,
It
as long
shrinks
as
to
there's
fit.
not a lot of ichor on this crown, I put it on Banff. If this is like a thing that's going to take over his mind, I'm not doing it.
No, it shrinks to fit. So when you go to put it
Great.
on, it'll shrink to fit your head.
I crown Banff.
do have a question.
It is Morgan's
I do
turn.
as
Go ahead and
well.
ask your question.
I know, but I'm not doing anything. I just have a question.
Sure.
When it died, did we see the king's soul? Could Morgan and I see the soul?
That's a great question. We'll find out on your turn. Morgan.
Whenever the ichor left its body and traveled kind of through the cracks in the walls and stuff, did it take any damage from my spirit guardians?
Yeah, go ahead and roll that. That's perfectly acceptable.
$32 radiant damage.
32 radiant damage. After it takes that damage, everyone feels a vibration in their feet and their boots as the entire cavern is not happy with what just took place from the radiant damage.
But just like this cavern, not like all the caverns everywhere.
The
So, like,
in the world?
the entire cavern that you are currently in. So
The earth is angry.
is what you're going to hear in your head, every one of you.
So, you think you have what it takes to bring back your friend, do you? I've been fighting you for quite some time, and now you have grown to what I need to free my prize.
Anything else, Morgan?
Listen here, you little shit. Come out and face us, you coward.
Okay,
And that'll be my turn.
awesome. Boulder.
Boulder is going to see just the incredible feats of martial expertise that Banff has demonstrated while incredibly high. And he feels just this pang of jealousy, wishing that he could be as blazed as Banff is and still like able to function. Sadly, that is not the case. But he does see the fire giant king beheaded, and he hears the voice, and everyone is still gathered around the corpse of the fire giant king, correct?
Mm-hmm. Basically.
Is there anything that is sort of like coming off of the corpse?
There was shadow, but once the head was completely separated, the shadow dissipated and all of the ichor has retreated. There is nothing.
Okay, so it's a corpse now. It's the corpse of a fire giant. There's nothing else that's lying.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boulder is just going to sort of look around the cavern, and he's just going to sort of muse out loud. So, we've been fighting you, as you've said, for quite some time. We don't even know what your name is. Like, what's up with that? You know? Like, I'm sure by this point, I mean, you've been in all of our heads. You know all of our names. We just don't... I mean, if you don't start telling us your name, I'm just gonna have to make one up for you. And... I'm really good at making up names. So how about it?
Is that going to constitute your turn?
I mean, I don't have anything to attack yet, so
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to find out what you want to do.
Still
before I
saying
move
this very, like, sort of a very rageful manner, though.
As you're looking around the cavern, your instincts draw you upward as you look at the ceiling, which is also kind of covered in the ichor, as it begins to just, this big massive form, this huge form begins to kind of pull on the ceiling, and then it just kind of begins to drip and stretch as it kind of culminates and just drops into this massive oozing mass. That is right there.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So, like, not that close to me.
I'll show you a picture of what the miniature looks like, or attempt to.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm actually, like, super excited to see this.
Cool.
You should be able to pull it up as
Oh. The Demon Prince of
Rosen.
Uzra.
There you go.
Oh, I like it.
Oh.
Wait, where?
Now
Oh.
we're playing for keeps.
Okay.
I softened you up enough.
Fine.
Boulder, technically it's still your turn. He drops
Okay.
down. He literally says, and the entire cavern kind of vibrates. The walls kind of lunge as if they're like worshiping it. There is a immense demonic presence in this creature. And it definitely doesn't set well with those of holiness or divine spells or energies.
Boulder is, even though, like, Uzrosen is very intimidating, and, like, definitely, I mean, he's definitely scary looking. Boulder is going to look at him and just be like, "Really? That's the name you're gonna go with?"
That's the name my parents gave me. Just kidding.
I don't mean to be insulting. Please, take no offense at this, but your parents are absolute ass at naming things.
It's true. It's true.
Okay. Well, I am going to say what I say, and then I'm going to lunge at him, making 3 attacks this time because of my frenzy.
Amazing.
So
And don't forget haste.
Yes.
that is. Oh wait. With the haste, that is
You get a 4th attack.
that. Okay. All right. I'm assuming a 16 does not hit.
No.
Does not hit.
As you swing into it, the body shifts. And this is when I ask you at the very beginning of the episode, this kicks in. Every one of you except for Beans, who had a worm connected to you during Beans' one shot, are a target of his. He has advantage because he knows your tactics because he was in your psyche. Yeah.
Fuck.
Sorry, guys.
North, what the fuck?
I told you disadvantage, bitches. I told you disadvantage. I told you.
Well, then that just would have gave you all disadvantage to attack him because he was in your heads.
Okay.
All right.
I'll take that.
All right. Okay. I think that's probably the better situation.
Marginally.
Yep. Okay. I'm still going to make the other 3 attacks against him. That's another 60. How am I rolling 16s?
Okay. Again.
Finally. 26.
That will hit.
That will hit. Okay, great. Absolute balls. I'm assuming an 18 also does not hit.
That will just miss.
Take advantage on one of them from my prophetic state.
Okay. That is a 19 for a 32.
19 is the targeted number you hit it. So you have 2 out of the 4 hit.
No, 32. I got a 32
Oh,
on it.
sorry. Yes, that definitely is.
So I had a 19 on the die.
Yep.
But plus
Yep.
13. So that is 19. That is 15. And did I miss 3? Or did I miss 2 and hit 2? Or did
You hit 2, miss 2.
All right, got it. Okay, so that's 19 and 15. So that is 34 points of damage.
Amazing. 34 points of damage. Now, there's some things.
And
that
then
we're
as my bonus action,
Mhm.
I am going to. Oh wait, I already used my bonus action because of frenzy.
Okay. I want you to keep track of this because when you slam each attack into this creature, there is a sizzling, burning sound on your weapon, even if it's magic, as your weapon now is reduced by -2 as it is beginning to corrode from slamming into it. Once your weapon reaches a -5, it will break and be no good.
Do the rest of us see this?
I'm sure he would react like, what the fuck?
Actually, I don't. I just look at it and be like, everyone, my weapon corrodes. No. Just I pull back the weapon after.
Nani?
I look down at the weapon and I look back, but I specifically address Bamf, and I'm just like, Bamf, you better watch out with your hits. It's going to degrade your weapon.
As you finish saying that, or ending your turn, I presume.
Yep.
It'll use a legendary action,
Of course it will.
and it's going to make like a pseudopods are going to make an attack on you.
Does it use its legendary action to run away?
Not yet.
Okay. Well.
Does a 20 hit you?
No, It
Okay.
does not, because the haste gives me a +2
Plus
bonus
2.
to my AC.
Amazing. Good.
Oh wait, but it still makes so a 20 does hit because it makes it. So yes.
Okay.
Idiot.
So you take 21 points of acid damage.
Great. I love
You
that.
feel
I love
4
acid.
points of necrotic damage seep into you. And I also
Oh,
need a
just
con
because it's
saving.
like the that little like appetizer that
yeah.
you like get right before the entree.
That's right.
Nice.
I need a constitution saving throw after you reduce your numbers.
Of course. I get advantage on this. Okay. Oh, that was a Constitution roll. My bad.
Yes.
Constitution save. Dual 5s for a 15. What
That's
the
amazing.
fuck?
That's good. That's good. Okay. Okay. And now the top of the third round. Ooze Rosen will go first.
Oh, wait a second. He just hit me with his pseudopods, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I am going to use my retaliation. So when I take damage from a creature that is within 5 feet, I can use my reaction to make a melee attack weapon against that creature.
Yeah,
which
let's do it.
sucks because it means that my weapon is going to probably degrade further. But who knows? I could roll a damage weapon. You know, we'll see. I don't. I get a 25.
Hits.
Okay. And that is 17 points of total damage.
That's pretty good. Okay. And you'll take
Assuming
a
my weapon
negative-
degrades further.
It does. So remember, that's a -3 to your weapon.
So on each hit, it took a -1.
Yes. Kind of like certain monsters in the monsters. Okay.
Oh, really quick.
Go
Sorry. Question for the rest of the people. Does anyone have? This is metagaming, but I assume we've talked and we've been around each other for a long time.
Yeah, we know each other's tactics.
Yeah. Does anyone have the ability to bless a weapon or make a non-magical weapon magical weapon?
I can add runes to stuff, but I can't make it not. Does that make it magical? Have I added a rune to it? Is that magic? Has magic on it.
Sounds like
if the rune gives it a magical property, I would say it makes
does?
a magic weapon. Yeah.
Hey, I can.
Oh, then in that case, all right, okay. I do have a spare great axe, so cool. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. So it is going to the pseudopods kind of almost seemingly move out as they kind of wave, and you feel the ground beneath you vibrate, and everyone within 30 feet of where Boulder, this creature is, feels the tremors begin to shake. As you all see from the walls, from the floor, all of this ichor kind of gathering into a pool that all begins to swarm directly underneath where Boulder is. And I need Boulder to make a dexterity save as these pseudopods literally are just going to erupt, trying to engulf and cage Boulder.
Cool.
Don't forget, you
have
should have
advantage.
advantage. Yeah, okay.
I do. Yeah. I have advantage on my dex saving throws. Doesn't matter because it's an 11. Fuck my life.
Refresher roll 20. This is insane.
Honestly.
11 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a 12 for dexterity.
You take 10 points of acid damage as you are completely engulfed by this ooze or ichor. The engulfed creature cannot breathe. You are considered restrained. Okay, and that's all that applies to you currently.
I am restrained.
Yep.
I
No.
can't breathe, you said?
No. which means what is your Constitution modifier?
+4. So I have 4 rounds.
4 rounds.
Okay.
That is 1. You can do that. Okay.
Is there a damage amount associated with him letting me go or no?
There is that's a great question. At the very okay, so you can escape by making a strength check at the end of your turn. So basically, like, you can't really do much, but you make the strength check, and if you beat the DC, you can tear yourself free.
Okay. Cool.
So it is now going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just kind of slinks its way up this way. And as it gets into position there, it'll use this will end his multi-attack thing that it can do.
Does Boulder move with it because he's in it?
No,
Okay.
Boulder does not. As a matter of fact, he's basically just in this huge ball of ooze.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Got it.
All right. So it has advantage because it knows. Okay, so I'm assuming that a 32 hits you, Onisa. It'll do 21 points of acid damage.
Okay.
4 points of necrotic damage.
Holy shit. Okay. It's okay.
And that will end its turn currently.
Okay, 24 and then 4?
21 points of acid and 4 points of necrotic.
Okay. We're still above 200, so it's all good.
All right, next up is Beans.
You're gonna see. So I asked a question earlier. Did we see this guy Soul?
That it do the same thing like with Ethers, what you're saying?
Yes.
No, it did not.
Did we see his soul go into, like, did we see our goddess come in?
Yes,
and take his soul away?
you would have seen it leaving elsewhere. Yes, correct.
Okay. So it's been shepherded, right? Quote unquote.
Correct. It's heading to where it's supposed to go.
Okay. I think at that point, you kind of see the camera point at Beans when it's his turn, and when the giant is finally dead, you can probably hear a mumble under his breath. You finally show your ugly face, don't you? And you see Beans turn around, and as he does so, he reaches back towards his armor. And what you couldn't see before is now being shown is his Holy Avenger light crossbow being taken out.
Nice.
And he now readies it. And for those who are around Beans, you get I gain a +3 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. And when you hit a fiend or an undead with it, the creature takes an extra 2d10 radiant damage.
That's amazing.
And while you hold the drawn weapon, so while I hold it in my hands, it creates a 10-foot emanation orienting from me, and all creatures friendly to me in this radiating light has advantage to saving throws against spells and other magical effects. If you have 17 or more levels in Paladin, which I don't, the size of the emanation increases, but that's okay. So as long as you're within 10 feet from me, you guys get saving throws from me just holding this weapon. So I hold out the Avenging Light crossbow, which I reflavored to just a bow because nobody likes a crossbow. And basically hold out the weapon, and I look towards this Uzi Gaza, whatever his name is, and
Uzi Daddy.
and look at his face and basically just mumble under my breath, "She may have failed me, but I won't fail them." And pull on the string and send a devastating light attack towards it. So I am sending a... I'm not pulling punches, not with this asshole. Especially the fact that my brother's now engulfed in his shit. So I will send a 7th level spell, but it's a guiding bolt spell towards him.
Nice.
So that is a 29 to hit.
A 29 will hit.
Okay. That's a lot of dice. That's a 42.
Amazing.
And then plus 2d10.
Yep.
Which is 19. So an additional 19.
Awesome.
And then in archery form. So I will hit it again. Where is it? There it is. Or attempt to hit it again. With a 21.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. And it is 9 plus 5, which is 14. So 14 additional.
That's awesome. Definitely is angered as the entire cavern, all these pseudopods on the walls are rippling. You're now beginning to see the faces of these souls trying to reach out or come out of this ooze on the walls. Yep, that's good round.
And I will be closer to my to my compatriots, so far enough, but not too far enough that, or far enough to not have disadvantage during my rolls, but close enough to my compatriots to give them that saving advantage.
Awesome.
Do you want to put a 10-foot aura on him too? Might help us out.
Yes, for favor.
Okay. That'll bring us to Onisa if you are done, Beans.
Yeah, that would be it for me.
All right.
Onisa is going to reach back behind her and grab that real cool hammer that you described earlier.
Yeah.
With all the runes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, that was actually a great sword.
That was a great sword.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna reach back and grab the greatsword with all the cool runes.
Nice.
What greatsword do?
It do damage.
I can't use the runes on it?
You're not attuned to it. It's an attuned weapon.
Fine.
Fine, I did it attuned to the thing that I didn't know we were fighting to.
Onisa is going to... Now I'm trying to figure out if actually that makes sense. Well, that way I'll degrade the sword and not my hands, which seems better.
Much.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna take all her attacks with the sword, which I need to figure out what I change on her character sheet for that.
Just to add a great sword to your inventory.
Okay, hold on one second.
Correct.
Eric, are those just while she's doing that? Are there hammers? Are those hammers available to pick up?
They can be, yeah. They're warhammers.
Just a warhammer, regular warhammer.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. Okay. Nothing's fancy. This great sword was the only cool thing that he had.
She's gonna attack twice. And then on top of that, she's gonna activate her fire rune. So, target takes 2d6 fire damage, and it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained for 1 minute. And you're gonna have disadvantage on that.
Oh, okay. What's the DC on that?
DC is... Why does this say my spell save is 0? That is not accurate. It should be Constitution. 18.
It'll beat it.
Damn, emo doesn't
Yep.
Fuck, okay.
Yeah.
Alright. That's fine. So total is going to be... Do I need to separate out the damage? Because 11 of it is fire.
It is resistance to fire, so
Lame.
you can.
Okay. So resistant to 11, and then it's gonna have an additional 29 of slashing from a magical weapon. And as she's doing that, in my head canon, I assume Boulder can't hear anything because he's like covered in goo right now. But Onisa
I can hear.
is.
I just can't. I can't move. I'm just restrained.
Can't breathe.
Then you hear
breathe.
outside of the goo, Onisa yelling at this thing, "Don't touch my boyfriend!" And her like going to town at this thing.
Nice.
Boulder in the midst of the goo, still not breathing, but suddenly his heart skips a beat. He's like,
Oh.
"Is
Little,
she?
little nosebleed.
Could she be? She can't be talking about. Wait,
Nosebleed.
she's been pretty tight. She's been pretty tight with Banff.
You gave him the goddamn crown.
She totally crowned him. She's not talking about me.
Nah, Bamf's like her brother.
All right. So if that's the end of your turn,
Yeah, short and sweet. That's my turn.
we're gonna cash in a legendary action at the end of your turn, as he has taken all this damage. All of the pseudopods begin to like flail around as this foul, nauseous odor just pours off of him in this thick cloud. I need everyone within 10 feet, which I think is pretty much just Onisa, to give me a Constitution saving throw.
You get advantage now because of me.
24.
Oh, okay. You just get past that one. Okay.
Hey.
All right. That'll bring us to Banff.
All right, you haven't really seen this from Banff before. Well, first he picks up one of the.
Blunt? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, a little different. He picks up one of the warhammers and just holds on to it, stowing his greatsword because he's a little worried about like he's going to save that for when we really need to close this out. And wind just starts to swirl around him, and as it swirls around him faster, little sparks of electricity start to shoot off in all sorts of directions, starting up from his boots, and then you've seen that before, but now it starts to encircle his whole body, and he is going to step here, just a couple steps over, and cast Lightning Bolt.
Oh, nice.
Finally.
Zeus has spoken.
Yeah, right. And he's gonna start invoking, I believe the goddess of wind in Jokul is Vespera, so he's gonna start to invoke Vespera, wind and storms. So, and then they need to make hold on one second, a DC 16 dex saving.
Oh, yeah, definitely crush that.
But they beat it.
Oh, yeah, 18 on the die plus other numbers.
All right. Well, they still take half damage. That's 20, 33 points of damage.
33. Okay. So when you launch the lightning bolt, it takes half the damage because it beat that, and then you see that it absorbs the lightning and takes half of the half as it is resistant to it.
All right. Well, then, as my hasted action, I am going to, and I should have done this before, but I didn't. Foolish me to do it in this order. The whispers of Banff coursing through him with the power of the goddess Vespera is going to cast Mind Sliver on this creature. So the next saving throw will be at disadvantage. Or not, -4, whatever it is.
Okay, so it's a -4 for the next save. It has to make.
If it makes it, it needed to make. Again, I think it's a 16. Is my a intelligence 16 saving throw.
And that's at a -4, not a disadvantage, correct?
No, right.
It would take -4 if it fails it.
If it fails it, it'll.
But it's going to be a disadvantage because I'm giving it disadvantage.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. All right. Well, it will fail it
Okay.
because it only had 11. Oh, sorry. It had. What is that? My apologies. Intelligence. I had 14.
Okay, and then this does 19 points of damage. Psychic.
Okay. Nice.
Does it seem to be resistant to psychic damage?
Oh no, it's not.
All right.
It takes that.
And then it'll have a -D4 in its next save. And then Hayes is going to move up. And because Hayes isn't really holding a weapon, he's going to take a swipe at it. But he gets to use all my attack features. Rolling a 29 to hit.
It does.
And this will do because it says it uses my attack situation.
Correct.
It's going to do 29 more points of damage.
Amazing.
I'll just hold on until, and then I'll throw away my sword, my double sword, and just hammer this thing once we get it down to bloodied or something. But I'll keep doing this for a little bit. All right. And as my bonus action, the boots that I'm having have been activated, and they create a clacking energy. And as I move up, it needs to make another dexterity saving throw or take more lightning damage, and so does the thing that's holding Boulder.
They both also need to make wisdom saving throws as the spirit guardians come in the range.
Bamf in steed form carries his proud mistress around the battlefield.
Okay, so they both. Hang on a second. It's reduced by -4 on a save, right?
Yes.
Wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, they both fail, so they will both take this damage.
Right. Give me a second. I'll roll the damage, and then while you're doing the. And that will be another 12 points of damage, lightning damage.
Okay.
Does that seem to do anything to the thing holding Boulder?
The lightning damage?
Yeah.
No. Like, it does a little, but not very much.
Do I feel
how much was it? It was 12, right?
12 points of lightning damage.
You take 12 points of damage, Boulder, as it just goes into you.
They need to make a 22 wisdom
Stop
save.
helping.
They failed the save for yours.
Okay, so they both take 24 radiant damage.
That's really good. It's looking like you're on the right pathway. Okay. Boulder, you begin to feel the grip on you is beginning to weaken, which may make it a lot easier for you to get out on your turn.
Cool.
And it is Morgan's turn now.
Okay. First thing, she's going to use her action to channel Divinity Path to the Grave, which means that whoever hits it next, it is vulnerable to that damage, so it will take double the damage of whoever hits it next.
Nice.
So that's her action.
Yeah, Guiding Bolt. I forgot.
And then she's going to Quicken Spell Mass Cure Wounds, and she should be able to get everyone. It doesn't say I have to see them, so I should still be able to get Boulder.
Yeah.
So everyone is going to, and I'm assuming I need to roll a percentile on this?
You do.
Okay, so let me do that first. before I get everyone's hopes up. I rolled a 6. I'm assuming that fails.
It does.
Okay, never mind. No one heals.
No, your spell slot burns and it does not trigger.
Because I'm salty about that, I'm going to fly off of Banff and then back onto Banff and make them roll new wisdom saves. Because fuck them.
Oh, I gotcha. Oh.
Banff likes this role as horsey.
Nope.
He is the best
Fails.
steed.
They both fail.
Okay. They both take 39 radiant damage.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Does Boulder get radiant damage too?
No, she can choose not to.
Correct.
And that is my turn.
Hell yeah. Oh, does this mean that they're vulnerable to that damage? That they now need to take double that damage?
Oh, shit. Does...
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Okay. Boulder, you are completely free. As this stuff is burned away with radiant energy. As you gasp for air, and
so
it'll
it's
be your
just
turn.
this particular pod that was burned away?
Correct.
And remember, my
Cool.
spirit guardians are all little you guys, just like
That's
running
correct.
around all crazy. So I like to
You
think
mean
that all the
littler.
boulders freed Boulder.
Littler ones.
That's so funny.
Little Boulder just broke out Big Boulder, who is not that big.
Come on, bro.
That's
It's
so funny.
mini me.
Good name for your child.
Your medium-sized child.
That would be Pebble.
I was gonna say that was the name I was gonna suggest.
I gotcha.
Since Boulder was technically only restrained for 1 round,
Yeah.
correct? 1 full round?
Correct.
All right, okay. He is still raging, because, you know, fuck being restrained. I'm level 20, bitches. And I'm going to attack 3 times.
Let's do it.
That is a 25.
Hits.
That is a 26.
Hits.
That's a 30.
Hits.
Very nice.
With the final hit, the axe disintegrates in a a flurry of sparks. It just completely melts, like the blade of the axe completely just is unmade. And I'm sort of left holding this, like, well, now basically
Stump.
a cudgel.
Yeah.
As I have done 43, 56 points of damage.
Amazing. Amazing. Why don't you tell everyone how you vanquish
Oh shit.
who's rosin?
Okay.
Well done.
So as Boulder is broken free from this prison by Morgan, he sort of like sees this sort of blinding radiant energy as he sort of like falls out of it, and he just looks up, sees Morgan, sees where everybody is, and then sees where his real target is, and he is just charges at it like full on, and he is going to make all 3 of those strikes, but very quickly cutting through like the first 2 like pseudopods that try to like flail at him, and he just cuts through and then finally finds like the main central wounded core that thankfully has already been exposed by multiple radiant blasts, lightning damage, everything, all of the magic, and he strikes into this thing's core, and just the axe explodes basically in a
That's
flurry of
awesome.
sparks.
That's so awesome.
As he strikes
That's
his
amazing.
the final blow. God damn.
Hell yeah. If you're going to lose your special axe, that's the way to lose
That
it.
was like perfect. Yeah.
No, I like Boulder. Like the thing screams in pain and just starts to melt. And is there any sense, just by looking and sort of like taking in the environment, that this is going to have far-reaching implications beyond just killing this one thing? Is there anything like identifiable in the environment, or should I just look to ether in this moment?
So as you make that final blow as described, you can see that the Ichor is clearly vanquished off of something, and falling to the floor is the husk of a demon. What type, you're not sure. When he falls with his last breath, he reaches towards that block of ice and he says,
I failed you, my queen.
he collapses to the floor. The Ichor all begins to turn into this foul, nauseous, gaseous form and filling the air, almost like sulfuric, if you will. And it quickly raises and evaporates as you also see within that mist souls rising up. And you will, as you look to ether, you will see a mote of light in through his mouth, as all of that kind of burns away from him as well.
Sort of like holy CPR.
Yeah.
Mouth,
You mean holy mouth to mouth? Yeah.
Moat to mouth. Moat to mouth.
So the table is yours. What do you guys do now?
Is Ether breathing? Is he alive or no?
Do you run over to check it out?
I will fly over to check. Well, I'll tap my steed and point.
Bamf will trot over.
Onisa's gonna go check out what the hell is in the ice.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception for the ice as Bamf and Morgan, you get over there. You can see that his chest rises slowly and falls slowly, as if he's resting. He's exhausted, but he's resting.
I fly down and land on his chest and then scream in his face, "Wake the fuck up!"
When you do, his eyes will slowly wake up and he'll reach up with his hand and just kind of gently touch the side of your beak where the prosthetic is, and he just smiles and then he just kind of lays there.
Oh,
He's
good.
exhausted.
He's not dead. I don't have to build him a body.
Dude, we totally didn't forget you.
Who? No, I'm just kidding. What was your perception?
I got a 22.
Oh, you take the backside of your hands. You're like rubbing the ice, almost clear. You can see the silhouette of a person, an entity, something that has been encapsulated in this ice, very deep in this ice.
Okay.
And since you have that, you also are going to notice, like, before the ice kind of frosts back over, you'll notice that there seems to be glowing glyphs or runes kind of spaced through the ice.
Can I
As if-
read them? What do they say?
They are not.
The alien?
They are not in giant.
The alien. Okay.
They would actually be in a divine. They would be religious, holy.
Oh, okay.
Are you saying celestial?
That's a good choice.
Okay.
Good.
Onisa's gonna like squint at the ice and then yell back over to everybody else. There's some funny runes in the ice and like a figure in it. I can't read it though. Maybe one of you can. Oh, and also, just in case we're fighting more, I realized I was not taking half damage on all that, which can I get half of that back? Is that cool? Okay, great. Cool. I know how to play D&D. It's fine.
I believe you. I believe you.
Ether isn't dead. And then I'll come flutter over and land on Onys's.
Cool. I'm just worried if we don't kill the thing in the ice that something else is going to come and, try and let go the thing in the ice, and then we have to do this whole thing over again.
Because I read Celestial. What do the runes say?
What runes?
They are glyphs of warding. These are placed to keep whatever it is inside of the ice. And it also is used as a protection to prevent things from getting past certain layers. It just increases. So whatever this is definitely safe where it's currently at. You're pretty sure.
The runes are like barriers, magical barriers that keep it trapped, and there's layers of it. It seems very safe.
Okay, but we did just kill Ink Monster trying to let it out, so...
That's true, but in order for us to kill it, I think we have to let it out.
And then kill it.
These look like things maybe God do? I don't want to fight something that God locked away instead of killing, you know?
Okay, I guess.
I can only bring back one of you with true resurrection. I can only build one body.
That this demon prince that was infected with the ooze called it its queen.
So it's its mom and mama. So it might be upset baby dead.
Might be a goddess too, depending on what this demon worships.
I just feel like it's a bad idea to leave it in the ice. What?
Well, bad idea to leave access to this cavern open.
Sure. This feels like we're a group of adventurers that are gonna leave this thing for enough. Like, this isn't our problem. This is a 200 years in the future adventuring group's problem.
Well, hold on.
And now you know I start season 2 of this. Yeah.
Boulder is going to look at Morgan, and he is going to think about, like, the deities that she has at her beck and call at this point. Morgan, is there... This thing is on the material plane. It is imprisoned here. Could we leave it for somebody else to find? Absolutely we could. And we would be right pieces of shit if we did that.
Well, I mean, we could leave, and then I cause earthquake, whole thing go...
But it's still here. Ice can melt and suddenly it's sitting where we don't want it to be seen. Is it possible for you to reach out to your deity, to your goddess, and have her intervene in this moment?
In a week.
Like a week's time?
Yeah, like I fixed all of you from the battle, and now we wait a week, and then I ask favor again.
Okay, so we're just going to camp out in this cave for a week, like a vacation.
Banff is pretty sure that he read a comic book where all the heroes ended up killing the villain and then doing the job that the villain wanted them to do in the first place. Mm-hmm. And it didn't go well.
Okay, sure.
Like, he didn't complete the job. We should finish it for him.
Now, I also want to throw this out there. The creature did say something at the very beginning mentally in your heads. Just if you could remember that.
Yeah, that we're strong enough to do what it needs us to do now.
Exactly.
Like free the queen.
Or kill it.
Or free the queen.
Wait, so it wanted to die, you think?
Maybe. I don't think so because of what it said at the end that it failed. But we're
that's
definitely
true.
strong enough for the corn and fuck everything.
But we can wait a week.
Gosh, this is a red button I want to hit so bad.
I'm really uncomfy
Save
with
it
the
for
idea
season 2.
of
I'm just a pretty purple pony. Just ignore me.
Look, I'm just a
I need
dumb
that
girl
to
who
be on
likes
a
to punch
t-shirt.
things.
Pretty purple pony.
I'm just a pretty purple pony. Ignore me. So what do we want to do? Do we want to wait a week and see
Yeah, I think
if
Banff isn't afraid of talking to the gods to see what we should do, but he does not like the idea of completing the job that this thing was trying to do.
Okay.
Seems like just he did cut off the head of the fire giant. Now that he's king of the fire giants, he declares that fire giants are not allowed to open this rock.
Okay.
I will also say
Won't open it.
it is not a sure thing. It is very small chance work. But Beans could try to talk to Morgana. Is not super likely she answers, especially because he, yelled at her earlier. But it's possible.
He does not have her on speed
Brother.
dial the same way.
brother,
No.
I know that it's been difficult for you and your faith journey with this goddess, but perhaps if this was a boon that you asked of her and told her to prove to you that she's worthy, maybe she does.
I think at that moment, Beans would turn around, as he's been quiet this whole time. And he would look at all of you and just smile. And he would breathe and touch your shoulder, Boulder. You feel his hand is getting colder. And then he would ask the goddess of death to come.
Okay. She will appear to all of you.
Oh, damn, that was real easy, huh? But just, okay.
So all of you will see her for the first... Well, the three of you will see her for the first time as kind of coming out of a dark shadow, this beautiful, dark, long, kind of lacy gown that just trails behind. As she saunters very slowly, and you just hear the click of, like, her boots against the ice, and it echoes. Long flowing kind of curly hair, roses kind of woven into some of the braids. She now wears a porcelain mask that has kind of rose motif that is painted and etched in there. She stands about 20 feet from where Beans is and looks at him.
I've been serving you for so long. I'm tired. My friends here think this thing doesn't belong on this material plane. I will be at your service one last time. If you can make this disappear.
She slowly moves towards you. She moves past you as she looks down on you. She moves through the crowd. She moves to the ice. Go ahead. Are you gonna say something, Andy? Oh. And when she gets to the ice, she will begin to take her hands and she will begin to push through the ice, and she walks slowly but through the ice. After a moment, you can see that she'll turn about or turn around. She comes back out holding a husk of a demon, feminine in some of its features, dried, surprisingly, even being encased in ice. Just a shell of whatever was there. She walks past all of you. As she gets to the other side of the group, she will turn around, kind of holding or cradling this husk. And then she will fade off into the shadows.
Thank you.
Could we have just done that from the beginning?
I like her.
We could have just asked her to take thing, and then this other thing would not have been trying to get the thing out of the ice. Is that?
I think Beans told her to F off.
Okay.
But yeah.
So, with that all being said, this will conclude our
Religion
first
is weird.
season of Legends and Lore. What I do want to have everyone do, as you are level 20 characters, I want to start with, let's start with Beans, then we'll go to Boulder, and we'll go to Onisa, and we'll go to Morgan, and then we'll go to, just tell everyone what you see your character kind of doing now that you've kind of like ended this arc and living your truly best life. So Beans, go ahead and kick us off.
Sure. What you would see Beans do, and I think the only person that would really notice here would be Morgan, sorry. Beans is no longer on this material plane. He's passed away. He's been gone since episode 2.
Did he choke on an apple?
No. When the way that I see the canon happened was that Beans, to save his friends, sacrificed himself from the worms so that his friends would live. But his will was too strong, and he made a deal with Morgan, the goddess of death, to stay until this journey was over.
Nice.
And he was tired throughout this entire time. And he kept on pushing forward, looking at ways to give his brother strength, because he knew his brother couldn't live without him. So being able to be at his side through this entire thing, to give him that light that he needed, at least in Bean's eyes. And basically kind of telling him to his face that he has a shot with Onisa. Without telling him he should do it, kind of thing, as a good brother should. And I think at the end, when the party is starting to gather, I think he has one last sit down with his brother, probably going back to the Feywild somewhere. And as they sit on a branch talking about maybe Onisa and him or whatever the situation, I'll leave that with Boulder. But he kind of just grabs onto Boulder's shoulder and imagines the adventures that they had together along with Morgan and Bamf and Ether and everybody else. And you can just start seeing particles dissipate from him as he starts to go away, and he calls on the goddess one last time to shepherd him into the sunset as he watch his body kind of collapse into Boulder's shoulder, and he rides off into the sunset.
I kind of feel, if I can add to the end of that, as this is all transpiring, that Boulder, you can kind of look into that kind of glowing light, and you see Morgana, the goddess of death, as she just kind of like a mother to a child, just kind of reaches her hand like, come on, it's time. And you can kind of see him take his leave. Okay. Boulder.
It's hard to top. It's hard to top that. I'm not going to even try. I think that I love. Thank you, North, for going on this this journey of a brotherly love and affection with me. I know it was like the last second decision that we made to be like, we're fairies. You're a barbarian? Oh, you're gonna be that class? Okay, cool. We're brothers. Awesome. The joke is we're gonna start an Airbnb because it's Beans and Boulder. And,
Yes.
But it is always a joy when you find a connection with another PC. And it's even cooler when it's a familial one. So I don't. Beans does never. He never tells Boulder the deal he made.
No.
Okay.
It would destroy Boulder because Boulder would probably go after her and find a way to try to.
So in a sense, at the very end, when he tells Boulder, or when he tells Beans, hey, you should reach out to your goddess, he has no idea that he's actually, in a way, signing his brother's death warrant almost, because of the deal that he made with her. So Boulder, after the adventure is concluded, he notices his brother is weakening and sort of deteriorating, and he's like, well, I'm gonna get you back to the Feywild. We're gonna go back home, and hopefully your strength will be renewed, you'll be reinvigorated, being within the fairy circles once again. It does not help, and it plays out exactly as North said, where you're standing just sort of looking at the Fey landscape and being slowly disappears in little motes of light. It does very much wreck Boulder. And I would say for like a good year, he just wanders the Feywild making music, trying to find songs. But he always will come back to one of the last conversations that he had with his brother about how he should shoot his shot with Onissa. And so he composes this song called Onissa, My Guiding Flame, which he performed at one time in front of a massive fair of people, but it didn't land the way he wanted it to, and so he decided that he's gonna workshop it. He's gonna rework the song, and so he feels like he gets it perfected, and sort of with hopeful that he has his brother's blessing, he returns from the Feywild to the material plane, and he goes out searching for Onissa, and he does that thing that John Cusack does, where he basically holds up the
boombox.
The boombox, yes.
Only it's his lute.
Yeah,
and this is the song that he plays for.
Love this thing.
I love this.
It's so good.
And I will end it there, and I will allow Janelle to take it if they would like, or if if Eric has any other.
No, that's
ideas
fine. Janelle's fine.
So Onissa thought this entire time that they were already dating after the first time she heard the song. Because she asked him to dance after, and they did the laying down dance. So she thought that they've been dating this whole time, and that her boyfriend was just we were long distance because his brother died. So you come back and do this like extravagant display, and she's like, oh cool, my boyfriend's back, okay. Like, they've already been dating.
Could you have kids too? And just
I assumed we were gonna like go do the B&B that he always wanted to do at Beans, and then have 2 kids named Pebble and Beans. That was what I thought was happening.
It's canon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Morgan.
Morgan will be your maid of honor,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll have Bamf be my my best man. And
is Aether officiating?
Aether. Actually, that is a terrific idea.
Did Aether get an invite?
Did
you forget?
No. We forget to invite Aether, and then at the very last minute, we're like, shit, we need an officiant anyways. So we ask him to officiate.
Or no. He just suddenly shows up out of the blue. Like he just comes in and is just like, hey guys, cool. So glad this worked out. Yeah. The 2 of you. It's so nice.
Officiates the wedding. Like he's the official person to officiate the wedding. You don't know this until he shows up and he's like, thanks for the invite, guys. Like, just like.
Oh, so good.
Morgan spends the next several months bopping from person to person, kind of keeping an eye on them for a little while. She also will commune with Beans every once in a while to check in on him and update him on how Boulder's doing. She had a long discussion with Morgana about bargaining to get him back and to resurrect him again, but she instead is going to honor Beans' wish to just be done because he's tired. And so she spends several years just going from person to person in her group, watching over them, trying to make sure that they don't get in too much trouble. And then she disappears for 3 years. And then she comes back and she's a lich.
Oh, shit!
Tracks.
I was like, this is such a specific amount of time. What the fuck is about to come out of your mouth?
Onissa and Boulder, they go on a short little vacation from the Airbnb that they have. You know, they've made this their family business. And they come back with their kids, Pebble and Beans, and they come back, and the whole Airbnb is on fire with a tiny owlin demonic lich person suddenly just being like,
you could have just asked us to watch your phylactery. You did not need to go through all this extreme.
You should have made me godmother to your children.
Oh, good God. That's where we fucked up? Really?
Really? This just fucking turned into Maleficent? Are you kidding me right now?
Also, she spends a lot of time, like, after everyone else is gone, because she's gonna live way longer than anyone else. After everyone else is gone, she watches Pebble and Beans, and then their kids, and then their kids. And eventually, I'm hoping that she can be a warlock patron to someone in your family line.
Amazing. So good.
So she basically becomes a lich to become the ultimate babysitter?
Yeah, she really did. She became a lich so that she could watch over you guys.
We passed the phylactery down in our family tree as like an heirloom.
Like
Boulder doesn't know any of this shit. He doesn't know any of it. This is a side thing that Onissa has with Morgan. It's just like, man, that like they get on in years, and their grandchildren have this weird babysitter that comes and hangs around, and it's just like, oh, this babysitter looks a lot like the other babysitter.
It's some weird combination of Mary
That's
Poppins.
rude to say to people, Boulder. You can't just say that they all look the same.
I have a question.
I mean,
for
the same
Morgan.
babysitter, but
I love Star Wars.
Sure.
Could I be like you know how Obi-Wan Kenobi at the end be
Like
like,
a
a
force
spirit person,
spirit?
like a force
Yes.
spirit behind you?
Constantly, yes.
So it's just like I'm a force spirit with you, even though I'm just like, wow, god damn it, what do you want? like
Do you see your nephew? Do you see this bullshit? He's getting in even more trouble than your brother did.
that's
Let's
just
call you up
weird.
to Mitch.
A weird combination of Mary Poppins, Adventures in Babysitting, and Gremlins. All kind of like, I don't even know like which one it gets more like passed down evil artifact.
would I see Morgan's true form in spirit form? Okay. So you would find roses hidden throughout the places where I've been.
Nice.
All right, Banff.
There's no possible way to top any of this, so I'm not going to try. Banff is going to return to his hometown and start a business with his brother Bodhi, who you all met. And they're going to perfect a line of edibles called Beans' Baked Beans.
Oh my god.
I love it. I love it.
And, very happily retire from the business of the business and just subsist on the profits of baked beans.
10% goes to the college fund of
Yeah,
beans.
absolutely. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Amazing.
I feel like we
What
did
about
make Banff
Ether?
the godparent, though, and that's what
Sure.
Morgan was mad about.
The worst
Yeah.
godparent ever.
Legitimately
Fun, though.
pissed.
He's a hell of a lot of fun.
Okay.
What about Ether?
So Ether is going to return home. Well, he'll return to his home where he's made a place off in the mountains somewhere. And he pretty much stays to himself. He writes, he has his journal that he writes in. The times that Morgan is there, he works with her to continue to work on the clerical side of things. So he's starting to learn and dive more into that. And I think that his journal would be essentially just like his love letter to his friends, to where he's journaled and chronicled everything to each one of you. And he constantly goes back.
so it's us.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
And he will kind of go, just read it just to, over and over again. He tries to find everyone, but he just can't because he doesn't know where they're at because they don't know where he's at, kind of vibe. But I think that because he's a dwarf, he'll live out his life, but then I think like the camera would focus in on him towards the end of his life after you've become a lich and everything else. And I think you would see him reading his journal, sitting in a rocking chair as the journal would just fall to the floor, and he finally passes on with a smile on his face.
So he passes away exactly as the mirror predicted.
Yep. And that's what we're going to conclude.
Woo!
These magnificent characters. Thank you all for playing with me. Thank you all for collaborating with me and telling
This
this
is a very
amazing
fun
story.
campaign.
So that's about all I got. Do you guys want to plug or say anything? Feel free to.
I have a Kickstarter launching in June.
Yeah, tell us
Check
about
that
that.
out. It's for a Powered by the Apocalypse game that I am making called Safe Mode Disabled.
Awesome.
And it is a video game isekai where you play with two playbooks, one for the video game world and one for the real world. It's going to be very fun. We're also going to be launching an AP for it also in June. So actually, sorry, the Kickstarter launches in May. The AP launches in June. Yeah.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Anyone else?
When is this being aired?
Yep, it sure is sometime.
Yep, that's why I plugged something in May and June.
So, okay, so since it's that time frame, I can plug something in that I am on hush hush about. So, I am currently putting together an AP for Pacific Rim, where I am going to be using a Pacific Rim Somebody Heroes book thing back here somewhere, core book, rule book. We're going to be putting that together with 6 amazing people, which is really exciting. Very excited about that. It's going to be about a 3-episode, it's a mini series, just to kind of show off the core rule book of Somebody's Heroes, and I'm very excited about that. We're also going to be launching the Candela Obscura, which will be the second half of the first season, which is going to be exciting sometime in June and July of next year, or this year, excuse me. And I have some other projects that I'm currently working on. I am currently live Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as I am a full-time content creator now trying to make a living. And so feel free to see me out there. And yeah, it's going to be a busy year, but it's going to be amazing. So I'm excited for all of the new things coming up in the near future.
All right. Well, again, yep, go ahead.
The Dadvantage has a bunch of stuff coming up, but it's all sort of, we've got we're going to have a bunch of Kickstarters coming up throughout the year for a bunch of adventures that Dodeca Donuts, who is Andy, who is my partner in the Dadvantage, he's working on. And then it might be by the end of the year, I'm working on a solo adventure in the Feywild. Oh yeah, Dodeca Donut right there. A town of skunks named the Perfumed Court. So that'll be coming maybe by the end of the year. We'll probably be doing an AP for it.
Awesome. All right.
Amazing.
Well, that sums it up for me. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing.
Oh, Andy's got something. Andy's got something.
Oh, sorry.
I am going to be, well, the hope is that we'll finish up the Shadows of Ashkelene, Survivors of Ashkelene, and Our Flag Means Doom, finishing recording in March. And we will be, I will be editing throughout the rest of the year because I have a lot of episodes backlogged. So yeah, keep an eye out for my YouTube. I'll also be soft launching my Twitch for some other projects. So we will see what happens with that.
Amazing. Are we good?
It depends. Have you announced the one thing that you and I and a couple other people are in May, maybe?
Well, that's it. We do have a project. Thank you. I do have something in May. I am going to be collaborating with Rachel. I'm going to be collaborating with a few of the Crit crew, along with Audrey, who works with the Table Talk ladies. We're going to actually be running a game called Adventures in the Household. And this game essentially is, without spoiling too much, you literally, the entire world is an old house. And you play tiny creatures inside and characters inside this house.
That's amazing.
And it looks amazing. And we are going to have a lot of fun with it. I don't want to tell too much more, but look for that. Probably, maybe the first episode would be done and edited if I'm blessed and lucky. Probably like late May, maybe June. But we're going to start working on that. So.
I just backed their next thing on Kickstarter, and it looks amazing.
We did too. Amazing. The garden.
I'm so excited. I've already started working on my cosplay and.
All right, so that's all I got. That's again. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for working with me. I appreciate it. This was a blast, and I think I'm probably going to try to do another season. And probably put some fresh faces on and see how well they do. And maybe bring some of you back for some fun little episodes. But until next time, keep running.
Woo!